All right, all right, all right. Testing, testing, testing. Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? And of course, it's going to be a little while because, yeah, that's just the nature of the internet. And there go the chat, though. Always updating. I have no idea why OBS does this. No idea. But let me just go ahead and minimize that real quick. All right, all right. I'm seeing a lot of the homies in the chat. Hello, 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 everybody. What is going on, y'all? What's up, people? What's happening? Yeah, that's right. We starting a little early, but then again, I always start. I either start these streams really early in advance or really late. There's no in between. There's no such thing as starting on time. And then when you factor in the fact that I'm black, it's like, ugh, it's a toss-up of what you gonna get, man. Either we really early for a shift that starts tomorrow, or we just gonna get there when we get there. That's how it is, man. That's how it go. But I'm gonna wait a little bit for folks to come in before we officially start the show. But how's it going, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Is that even a stereotype? Honestly, it kind of is, Daniel. It kind of is, especially when you factor in if you're black and your ancestry goes back to Africa. Man, Ethiopians, my God, let me tell you, Ethiopians are the type to show up to the airport a whole 5 hours before their flight. It's either that or they show up an hour before their flight. There's just no in between. You know what I'm saying? So many a times I've had to be woken up early in the morning to drop my mom at the airport. Her flight is like at 10 o'clock. And mind you, we're leaving at 5 a.m. for a commute that's like 30 minutes. It's not that deep, but you know, people really always try to be, what's the term I'm looking for? They better be prepared than not prepared, I guess. I don't know. That's just basically what it is. But hello, I'm seeing a lot of the homies in here. How are y'all doing? Your dad's like that, Jason? Oh, I believe it. I believe it, bro. I believe it. Okay, so before we dive into this, we've got 75 people watching right now. Guys, if you're asking me questions about the Xbox Series X, as far as my impressions are concerned, next-gen games, the dashboard layout, everything like that, I am still under embargo, so I am unable to answer any of those questions until Friday. That is when the embargo lifts, and I basically can say whatever the heck I want to, and I've got a lot of stuff to say. But if you're coming through the stream and you're asking, hey, Neo, how's blah, 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 how's, you know, Yakuza, how's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I can't say anything about it, y'all. I'm sorry. That's just the nature of the business. Wait a second, Jason. Your dad took you to JFK at 2 p.m. for a flight that's at 10? Like, did he have work later on and he was just dropping you off because, yo, this is the only ride you're going to get? Because, man, that's you're that's layover time waiting right there, brother. That is layover time right there. My family is the type to get to the airport 5 minutes before the flight leaves. Oh, God. You tempted fate right there, Daniel. That's dangerous. As a person who works in the aviation industry, those type of people, we love to see, because if y'all ain't getting on your flight, too bad, so sad. We don't hold the plane for nobody. So it's just like, we looking out for the people who want to get on that flight. Because if you can't make it there and we give you the last call, there's going to be people there who want to take your seat, who going to take your seat. I'm just filling you in on a little bit of the details. Let's see. Somebody asked a question right here I wanted to ask, but it's going by so fast. Oh, yes. Corey Gryffindor, the homie Corey G. He's celebrating a birthday tomorrow. So everybody, let's wish Corey Gryffindor a happy early birthday. He's turning 25. Happy birthday, brother. You are now a quarter of a century. I remember when I was a quarter of a century, a whole 2 years ago. Oh, God. The older I get, the more I become like that joke of a person who's like, oh, I remember back in my days, because it's really so true when you start getting older. Because literally 10 years ago was 2010. There are people right now, I'm sure, who are watching this stream who are probably like 5-6 years old who don't even really remember that. But me, myself, and I was alive for that shit, bro. Oh, you're turning 25 on the 4th? Okay. Hans is turning 25 on the 4th, so happy early birthday to Hans. And does anyone else have a birthday that's happening in like the next week? It's got to be the next week, you know, from now until the 9th. Does anybody have a birthday and we got to wish a happy birthday to? Because I want to get all of these out of the way So I don't have someone coming in here saying, hey, I was here earlier, you wished the birthday, and I just realized it's my birthday. Really? You just remembered it's your birthday next week? All right, let's see. Anybody? Yo, this man Snorlax says he was 3 in 2010. Jesus Christ, bro. 3? Holy shit. That's wild. But again, it just goes to show you, you never know who's watching you, the reach of people. I have people who said they were watching me when they were like 6 years old. And then I have people who are watching me who are like 50 years old, who have kids who have gone to college and they have kids now. So it's crazy, man. And that's what I love to see in this beautiful world of nerd shit that we all like to congregate to. Everybody, it doesn't matter like what your age is, your race, your ethnicity. We all come together in our love of gaming, man. And I just think that's really beautiful. Okay, Julian Harris is turning 22 on November 10th. Okay, you kind of missed the cutoff by a day, but happy early birthday to Julian Harris. Happy birthday, brother. He's a longtime supporter of the channel. Let's see. Mark P. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not good with names. I'm gonna butcher everything, so I'd rather just use the initial. His birthday is November 12th, so happy early birthday to you. Oh, God. Your birthday is in 9 months. Jason, get the fudge out of here. Oh, Atlanta, how's it going, brother? How's it going? Okay. All right, November 18th, Rescue Squad, we gonna get you on the next stream, brother, because we'll be closer to your birth date. But yeah, happy early birthday to everybody in the stream. Happy early birthday to everyone. And if you know somebody who has an early birthday, tell them we all said happy birthday, all 115 of us. But let's see, it's 6:29 p.m., so we might as well just get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, races, and ethnicities alike, welcome back to the channel. My name is Neo. If this is your very first time tuning in, this is Ask Neo. It is our somewhat regular, other times irregular, live stream series where we just ask questions and I try my best to answer them. That's basically the gist of how these things go. More on that later. There are a couple of things that we have to iron out before we start the stream. Y'all know how this goes. In the video description, there are links to a couple of things I want y'all to check out. So first things first is the link to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos. It is run by Shut Up Gabe, who is here in the chat monitoring things so they don't get too crazy. He does a fantastic job there. And the Discord community is pretty much self-explanatory. It's a place for y'all to congregate, to share similar interests, whether it's video games, anime, manga, movies, TV show, or if you're just looking for your next best friend, that's a place to do it. Unlike a lot of these, I guess, popular Discord communities, it is free. I don't see the sense in charging for a Discord community if it's literally you're just there to type shit in a text box. Like, I don't see why people would charge for the privilege of being a part of that. Unless, like, they're going to tell you how to make $500 in 2 seconds, guaranteed. I don't really see the point in charging for it. But to each their own, you know what I'm saying? People got to secure the bag, whatever. So there's that right down there, in addition to links to my Twitter, Facebook, YouTube membership, Patreon, all that stuff there. Just ways for y'all to support the channel. You know, a lot of people have asked throughout the years, you know, hey, I really love your videos. I've been watching them for a long time. How can I support the channel other than watching it? The best way is via PayPal, in addition to Super Chat if you have a question and you want it answered on the air. But other than that, y'all, that's basically all the laundry list of things I have to get out of the way. And I just mentioned this a few minutes ago, but I will stress this right now since we are getting onto the stream. For those of y'all who are asking me questions about the Xbox Series X, my impressions of it, my impressions of next-gen games, things like that, I am not at liberty to discuss any of that until the embargo lifts, which is going to be this Friday. So starting this Friday, I will be uploading a couple of videos about my impressions with the Xbox Series X, in addition to answering a lot of questions that y'all have asked about the system. I'm making a completely separate video, like your top 20, 30, 40, 60,000 questions answered. But until that date, guys, I am not going to be at liberty to discuss it. And this will be the only time I am stressing it. So if people come in, they're asking questions, I'm not going to keep saying, I can't talk about it, because after a while, it does get irritating and tiresome. So I'm just letting y'all know right now, if you're asking me questions about that stuff, I'm just going to skip over it. Oh, snap. And then we got the homie coming through. With the $10 super chat. Shout out to the man with the million, Randall Thor 19. Y'all already know who this is. He don't need no introduction whatsoever, but I'm gonna give him one, right? He asked, oh, fuck you, Rand. He asked, in all caps, mind you, tell me everything you know about the Xbox Series X, bro. Okay, Rand, I will tell you everything I know about the Xbox Series X when you tell me everything you know about the Xbox Series X. Like, how we doing this, man? How we doing this? But, yo, shout out to the homie Randall Thor. Thank you for the support, brother. And if y'all do not know about the man with the million, go check out Rand's channel. Rand is one of the best YouTubers in the game. He focuses primarily on Xbox stuff, but he games on all platforms. And one thing I love about Rand is because I've been watching Rand for years, ever since I discovered him on Weapon Wheel Podcast, and I just love the way he presents stuff. You know, he just says it like it is. He gives his input. That's it. He doesn't try to do this spin like a lot of other fanboys do or what have you. And Rand is just a dope ass dude. And he also plays and beats his games, which is something we don't see happening in this community. So shout out to Randall Thor 19. Y'all go give this man a follow if you haven't already. Check him out on Twitter. And I assume this Friday as well, he's going to be dropping more content because both Rand and I have received Xbox Series X consoles. So, you know, that's just a beautiful sight to behold. And I'm just saying this right now, Rand, we got to do some type of collab stream, man, because I know you've seen it on Twitter. Some people are like, collab win. So, you know, the ball is in your court, brother, if you want to do some type of collaboration. But, you know, I'm down, man. And again, thank you for the support, Rand. I appreciate that. And then we got another super chat from a longtime viewer by the name of Dangosan33, aka the homie Austin. Austin is the one who designed the new channel logo, banners, and all types of things that y'all are seeing on here. You know, and also a close personal friend as well. Hey, coming in with the post-Halloween contributions. Bad news, I'm possibly laid off, but good news, I'm better enough to get back in front of a PC. Well, first things first, Austin, thank you for the support, brother. Your continued support, because you're always there for me, man, just like I'm always there for you. And, man, I know I read the news, because Dango-san over here, he actually works for Disney, and with the situation that's happening with the parks, you know, they're not really keen to open them at a high capacity, so you know what that means for the workers, but Austin over here is actually in the design field. So this guy, like I said, he designed my new logo and everything, and he's going into animation. So I don't know, man. I mean, maybe this could be potentially a blessing in disguise. I know it's easy to get down in situations like this, but you are a super, super, super talented guy. And if this extra time off gives you more opportunities to refine your craft and get yourself out there, then by all means, man, you got to go for it, you know. Don't throw away your shot, man. That's literally what it all comes down to. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, as they say. I don't really know the full extent of that, but hey, it's a phrase, and we've been using it for years, so it must be good. But again, appreciate the support for that, Austin. And oh, here we go with Mexican Zoidberg. Mexican Zoidberg is out here calling y'all out. Mexican Zoidberg says, only 42 likes. Disgusting. That is true, y'all. Mexican Zoidberg is basically saying, yo, y'all out here getting this free entertainment and y'all ain't hit that like button. What's going on? He's calling you out. Don't shoot me. I'm the messenger. That's just what Mexican Zoidberg says. But again, shout out to Mexican Zoidberg for telling it like it is. And yeah, so yo, we really don't have. Oh, damn, the likes just shot up like crazy. They ain't trying to. They're like, I am not going to be disrespected by Zoidberg of the Mexican design. Hell no. But yo, like I said, y'all. The stream is just very chill. I try my best to get to everybody's questions. And damn, y'all are really blessing it right now. Holy shit. I'm trying my best to get to everybody's questions right now. But again, I am only human, and there's only so much that I can handle without just saying, like someone says, hey, Chris, how are you? And I just say, good, moving on. I don't want to do that. But shout out to my homie, Colin, my boy. Hey, Chris, how are you today, man? You excited for that election tomorrow? I've never been excited when it comes to politics. It's just like one of those things that I begrudgingly do. But it's going to be funny and interesting tomorrow. As y'all know, for those who don't live in the United States, tomorrow is the general election for who is going to be running this shit, like the new season of America. We have Donald Trump, who is running for re-election, and then we have Joe Biden, who is opposing him. And I mean, I'm not going to get into politics in this stream because frankly, I've already said my piece on both these candidates. Me, myself, and I, whoever wins tomorrow, it's not going to distract me from my day-to-day duties, what I got to do, because I got goals, and to me, it doesn't really matter who's in charge and what they're doing. Obviously, there are exceptions to that rule, but just the way people have, like, I remember 2016, people were saying, yo, Donald Trump, he's elected and now the world is over. Literally, people said the world is going to end. And I'm just like, no, No, you must not have much going on in your life if you're no. Like literally that's my whole piece on it. Like focus on what you got to do. And if you are a person who wants to fight the big bad boogeyman, then do it. Don't just say, "Oh, the world is ending." But did you do anything to stop it? No. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever, man. But yeah. So we got some super chats right now coming in. SJR5991 coming through with the $5 support. Thank you so much. With me feeling uncertain about going to any gyms, I canceled my Planet Fitness membership. Are there any tips on maintaining a workout routine at home? I've been using Kino courses since 2018. I assume you're talking about Kino Body's courses. So as far as Kino Body's courses, I am not familiar with the way he does things because I don't really follow too many people in the YouTube fitness sphere of people, mainly because a lot of them are just fake as fuck and they all do the same kind of content because they don't have personalities. For me, I like more the informational guys, a lot of the strength training people, strongmen, all that stuff. Because the aesthetics crew, I mean, that's cool and everything, whatever. But how many times can you see a dude flex his abs? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see people who are actually getting people stronger and then also rehabilitating people who have had problems, you know, solving issues rather than just saying, you know, look how shredded I am, bruh. But that's just my personal opinion. So for you, obviously, COVID is still a thing. COVID is still around. We're not going to pretend like it's just a hoax like some people in government like to say. But in terms of you and what you want to do in the gym, there are definitely a lot of workouts you can do just using body weight movements, you know, push-ups, pull-ups, dips. You might have to invest in some equipment considering everybody's house setup is a little bit different. So I don't know, maybe in your house you have like a support beam that you can do pull-ups on that's stable enough to support your weight. But if I were you, man, I would go ahead and buy yourself like a pair of dumbbells. Maybe get one of those adjustable dumbbells where, you know, you could adjust the tension on them. So 1 second it's 20 pounds, the next one it's 60 pounds. You know, it is going to cost a fair bit of money. But again, if you've got goals, you're going to go ahead and do what you got to do to further them. Because after some point, body weight stuff, I mean, once you get good at it and really good at it, the challenge is no longer there. I always preach doing bodyweight stuff if you don't have any other opportunity, and also if you are in the gym working out, because it's great. You know, honestly, it just feels really badass that you can crank out like 100 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Go ahead and look up some at-home workout routines, mainly from people who know what they're talking about. Because if you look at a lot of people who do these at-home workout routines, they're just like, okay, everybody, we're going to do 10 bodyweight squats. We're going to go all the way up, all the way down, and that's it. That's the whole workout. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? You got to challenge yourself. But appreciate the support, brother, and happy gains, man. And then we got the $4.99 coming in from Misfit Toy. Pimp that Twitter, Neo. Shout out to Misfit Toy. You can follow him on Twitter. Oh, and speaking of Twitter, if you guys haven't followed me already, it's at NeoGameSpark. Anybody who follows me during the stream, I'm going to go ahead and shout y'all out because I do that all the time with Twitter and Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at NeoGameSpark. If you want to follow me on Instagram and just see what I do in my day-to-day and what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's at PhantomNGS. So it's Phantom spelled the standard way, and then NGS, which are the first, the initials of like the 3 big words in my name. So there's that. Appreciate the support, Misfit Toy. And then we have Hans coming in with the, I am not too familiar with this currency, so I will do a little bit of research on this. ISK. Icelandic krona. Awesome. So Hans is coming in with 750 Icelandic krona. Thank you for the support. Been watching your stuff for a while. This is the first time live I'm catching you. One question. What game are you most hyped for in 2020 to 2021? Well, thank you for your support, Hans. I really do appreciate that, brother. And as far as what I'm excited about gaming-wise, 2021 is looking absolutely insane. Because not only do you have the games that are... Oh, shout out to my homie Tundex. What's up, Jamal? Not only do you have the games that got pushed back from this year, you have everything else that was slated to come out next year. So if I had to say, like, what game I'm looking forward to the most... Ooh, honestly... Okay, so here's the problem. A lot of games that I'm looking forward to, I don't even know if they will hit that 2021 date. Because, you know, when you factor in COVID and just game delays in general, it's all over the place. But if I had to say some of my most anticipated ones, number one being God of War Ragnarok. God of War 2018 was one of my favorite games. It took me by surprise. I was not expecting it to be that good, and I'm just so excited to see what they do with the sequel. Following behind that is actually Breath of the Wild 2, which, you know, still doesn't have a proper official date of whenever the hell it's coming out, which kind of scares me because the last thing I want is for them to push it to 2022 when the fact they announced this. Like, when did they announce Breath of the Wild? Like 2019? Was it? Yeah, so it's been a minute. That's my second most anticipated. Third after that, I'd go so far as to say is Horizon Forbidden West. Love the first Horizon game. Can't wait to see what they do with that one. And then there's a couple of other things. I mean, I'm excited for Halo Infinite. I am. But until we see more proof of concept that they've actually fixed a lot of the things that we had issues with, I'm just going to remain cautiously optimistic. But those are just some of the games I'm excited for. There's still so much other stuff coming out, y'all. Okay. $5 super chat from Mexican Zoidberg. I voted Biden, so I'll be turning black in a few days. I finally get my N-word passed. Oh my god, yo, that meme was funny as hell. It was sad, but it was so funny. Okay, let's see. And then we got the last super chat for right now. $5 super chat from GG Vex. Fan since the DBZ Kai videos 10 years back. Oh, he's OG. He's an OG right here. Hope life's been good. Question, if you could pick 5 games to get remade immediately, which would they be? First things first, thank you for the support, brother. And as far as 5 games, man, 5 games to get remade. Okay. So I already have 2 right now. They're coming from the exact same company. I would remake Final Fantasy VI and I would remake Chrono Trigger. I would do full-on remakes of them. Maybe not in the style of, like, let's just say, because a lot of people, when they hear remake of a classic game, it means changing things up drastically to differentiate itself. Honestly, if I could remake those games in the Octopath Traveler engine, I think that's going to be the best of both worlds. You'll satisfy the old school fans by keeping all the aesthetics but modernizing them. And then for a new generation of people who want to see what all the hype is about, they can experience it without having it be such a drastic reinvention. I think that would be really cool. So that's 2 right there. Number 3 is kind of going to be unconventional because it's a game that just came out a year ago. Maybe not a full remake, but I'll definitely take a remaster. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now, hear me out for a second. Yes, the game did come out last year, right? The game itself is pretty low look at. But man, is that thing an unoptimized mess, man. Like, I bought that game on PS4. I was playing it on the PS4 Pro, right? And that game just... I don't know why that game brought the system to its knees, man. And it wasn't that much better when I played it on the Xbox One X because, you know, it came with the console when I bought it. And still, there's just a ton of pop in here and there. And just like you would be in cutscenes and it would take like 30 seconds for all the like assets to render in. It just, bro, it was a complete mess. So if they could go ahead and remake that game, you know, running at 60 frames per second, everything loads when it's supposed to, I will be down for that. Let's see. 2 more games, though. 2 more games. Dino Crisis, obviously. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in, just for added measure, Dino Crisis again. Because we need a new Dino Crisis. How do you go ahead and... Dinosaurs. HD. Fight. Like, bro, that's like an amazing concept, but no one wants to do it. No one wants to do it. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, 2 more super chats. So we have one coming in from, shout out to Hans, who just followed on IG. Shout out to the homie Hans. Shout out to Jim X Kenshin. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for the follows. So we have a $5 super chat coming in from Kuba Booba. If the PS5 doesn't support full RDNA 2, is it still a next-gen console? Okay, listen, I'm going to settle this right here now for everybody asking me about console tech specs, RDNA 1.5, RDNA 2, RDNA 3. Just let the games do the talking. And I'll tell you this for a fact. The fact that the Xbox One X had, 6 teraflops of performance, world's most powerful console, there were still games on PlayStation that looked damn better by comparison. So it all comes down to the developers and what they're able to pull out of the system, right? That's all I care about. Because if you have the most powerful console, yet no first-party games on the system are really utilizing it to its fullest capabilities, I don't care if it's RDNA 1.5 versus full RDNA 2. Like, games. You cannot play specs. Tell me the story about these specs. What is it, a great campaign? Is it engaging? Is it fun? I don't think so. But that's all I really got to say about that. I'm still excited about both systems. Okay, and a $4.99 super chat coming in from Daniel Pack. I just got one question about the Series X. Does it keep the drinks cool? Well, I've never put a drink on top of my Series X because, frankly, that's where all the heat is being expunged. So, I don't think so. I don't think any consoles will really keep something cool like that. Alrighty. Okay, so now that we've caught up with all the super chat questions, thank y'all so much. I'm just going to pick and choose questions and then we'll just blast. Oh, and then of course Roosevelt comes in with the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Show people are still sleeping on the Parasite Eve. Oh, absolutely. Parasite Eve, bro, even when they came out with the third birthday, folks were still sleeping on that shit. I would love for them to actually go back and give us a new game, but you know, Square Enix, man, why do you need a new game? Here's Kingdom Hearts Rhythm. Like, come on, Kingdom Hearts Rhythm at 60 frames per second. You just love to see that for a rhythm game at $60. I cry every time. But that game is actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Fear No Hate says, did they send you an Xbox refrigerator? No, they didn't. Contrary to popular belief, I do not have an Xbox fridge in my house. I want one, though. Okay. Do you mind if I get my haircut like yours? I don't own this haircut at all. I got this haircut from the 90s, so yeah, go ahead and do that, man. Oh, no, Asbel, brother. Oh, shout out to Asbel Long, by the way. Bro, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I ain't paying $60 for no Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. If I'm just being real about life. Like, we don't need to be paying $60 for no rhythm games, fam. That's what I'm saying, Roxas. Yeah, we can own up to that. A Kingdom Hearts rhythm game would be fire, but not at that price. I'm gonna cop it for like $20. Or if Papa Phil puts it in Xbox Game Pass, I'm gonna do that. Call me cheap. I don't care, man. Fuck it. Like, Dragon Quest XI is coming to the Xbox Game Pass, right? I'm not gonna go ahead and rebuy that game just for the sake of. I already own Dragon Quest on PS4. I own it on Switch. Why the fuck am I going to buy it on Xbox? I'll just play it with Game Pass. So, thank you, Papa Phil. And man, I am hungry as hell. All I have is a protein shake right now. This is tragic. Okay. So, even though I said I am not going to be answering any questions about my experience with the Xbox Series X, I will say that I have taken a lot of y'all's questions into account when it comes to testing out games. So someone here just said test out Ark on the Series X. That is a game I'm testing in addition to a couple of other older games that you didn't see like the popular YouTubers and sites test out. Because for me, I don't want to get on here and tell y'all the same shit about Dirt 5. Like, oh yeah, Dirt 5. You know, it's like, y'all have heard that weeks ago. I want to test games that nobody's been talking about because people don't care about them. Like Kingdom Hearts on the Xbox, which is what I'm doing because I'm that type of person just to come here and say, hey guys, so Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Xbox Series X. Alrighty. Nah, Marcus, don't be dissing Dirt. That's all I'll say. Don't be dissing Dirt. That's all I'll say. Okay. The real question is, Neo, are you doing No Nut November? Okay. I have a question. Does No Nut November... Okay, if you participate in No Nut November, like, I know it's primarily about not masturbating, but if you have sex and you bust a nut, is that like the loophole No Nut November, or is it just like no type of nutting whatsoever? Because if the second part means I failed, then I definitely failed. That's it. No sex? Oh, I definitely failed that shit. I failed it on the... Guys, I failed it, like, within the first 3 hours of No Nut November. I'm sorry, y'all. No nut whatsoever. I failed it. I failed. But to be fair, can you really fail something you didn't really participate in? Because I didn't. I didn't say I was doing No Nut November. Neo got the guts. Hey, man, listen. Hey, Christian YouTube channel. Listen, I don't know what y'all think this is, but this is a wholesome Christian YouTube channel. It really is, y'all. Like, I've never even held a girl's hand before in my life. I can't even look a girl in the eyes. Listen, I'm a child of God, okay? I'm a child of God. No, I don't have game at all, guys. I really don't. You know what the weird... Okay, I'm going to say this about my life, you guys. We're getting into a little personal bit. In my teens, it's not that I didn't have game, but the women who were talking to me when I was like 16, 17, the women I'm talking to now at 27 who give me the time of day, completely different. When people find you attractive in your 20s when they didn't beforehand, it's kind of strange. It is kind of weird. Because I had, hold on one second. Oh, we just got a super chat come in from Kratos, the God of War. Kratos coming in with a $1.99 super chat. Xbox is going to get smoked by PS5 in sales like bad. I mean, I believe it. I think the PlayStation 5 is going to outsell the Xbox. Why? Because every generation PlayStation has outsold Xbox. These are just facts. You can't dispute that. Does that mean that Xbox is doomed failure? No. I thoroughly believe Xbox this generation is going to be, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen, one of their best generations. And if they could stick the landing, it's going to surpass what they did with the 360 for the first few years. So for me, it's like, oh, yeah, of course PlayStation is going to outsell Xbox because that's what PlayStation does. The only person that can beat PlayStation at their own console game is going to be PlayStation. That's how it's been since 95. Like, that's it. That's not fanboy. Okay, so sorry about that. Oh, where did my webcam go? Where's my webcam? Come back. Come back. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Huh. That was very strange. Oh, people, can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello. Come back, y'all. I hope it's still live. Is it? Is everyone still here? Is everybody still here? What do you mean you want your money back, bro? It's a free stream. Let me go ahead and I got to adjust some of these webcam settings. One sec. Ooh, no. No. Bring that gain down a little bit. Yeah. We got that. Okay, that's good for now. All right, we good? Okay. All right, sorry about that, you guys. For whatever reason, my computer crashed and it said, oh, Windows needs to update and restart. And I was just like, what? Why would you do this during a stream? So Neo almost canceled, like, oh God. Yo, that's right. They didn't like me. They didn't like me talking that PlayStation talk. They're like, what? Yo. Oh man, that is so funny how literally the stream crashed right when I was saying nobody can beat PlayStation but PlayStation. Don't speak bad. Well, I didn't speak bad at all. I actually didn't. All I said is like nobody can beat PlayStation. That's just how it is. Okay, all right. Back to questions. Alrighty. More like Neo Game Crash. Ouch! Hey, listen, this ain't a Bethesda stream. What are you talking about? I take offense to that, Asbel. If you could retract and redact that, I would definitely like that. Okay, all right, back to some questions. What did you think of the recent Nintendo Direct? And this is coming from D-Fresh. Honestly, man, I actually liked it a lot. I was surprised to see a lot of things. And this is one thing I do give Nintendo credit for. They are predictably unpredictable. in the best ways possible and sometimes in the worst ways. So in the case of this direct, like nobody knew this was going to happen, and they came and they said, hey, here's No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch out now. Here's No More Heroes 3 gameplay, and also Control is coming to the Switch via cloud support. I couldn't expect any of that. I mean, No More Heroes 1 and 2 is something we all wanted, but you know, Suda was very much so saying it was all up to fan demand and fan support. Eventually, I guess it got to them that, yo, people want this stuff. But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I got No More Heroes 1 and 2 on my Switch. I got to go through them. But yeah, man, it's cool. I ain't got a problem with it. I will say, though, 2024 Switch has been one of the driest years in terms of new experiences. Like, the only new game we had this year was Animal Crossing. Everything else has just been a Wii U port, Xenoblade, which was a Wii game, and what, Super Mario Collection? Like, what else is coming out? I mean, that's new. Nothing until 2021. So it was kind of a dry year for the Switch, but you know, it's, as a Nintendo fans, you're kind of used to that. Not everything could be 2017 or 2019. It seems like every even year for the Switch is just kind of weak sauce. You know, you get one really big game, like 2018, we had Smash Bros. Ultimate be like the big game to save Nintendo that year, and this year I guess it was Animal Crossing. Okay, let's see. My Switch just collected dust in 2020. Old Knight, you ain't wrong, man. That was mine, too. I played my Switch the least amount of time this year, which is so weird because y'all know this. Like, I took my Switch everywhere. I played it on break at work. That's how I got a lot of my game time in. And this year, I played Xenoblade earlier in the year. Didn't even finish that, which is so strange because I was so looking forward to it. But I was at home, and when I'm at home and I'm playing on a big TV, I don't want to play my Switch. I want to play, you know, games that look really good on a big TV, and the Switch does not look really good on a big TV. Alrighty. So this question's coming from Mod Nation. Have you played Alien vs. Predator, the 2010 game? It's on sale for Xbox, and it's 1,000 times better than Predator Hunting Grounds. Can you test it on the Series X? Well, I haven't played. Well, I played, I think they had a multiplayer demo of that game way back when, and I tried it out. Wasn't really digging it. So I don't really think I would go out of my way to go and buy a game I wasn't digging back then. Me, myself, and I, as far as testing is concerned, I'm just testing games that are available on Game Pass in addition to ones that I have in my library. Let's see. Have you seen the first episode of Mandalorian Season 2? Yes, I have seen it, and it was amazing. It was so good. One thing I love about The Mandalorian is that it's not a Star Wars show. It's a show about Star Wars, and that might sound confusing, but hear me out. So in the past, when you look at a lot of the supplemental material to come from Star Wars, at least in like the live action and animated realm, they've all been tied to the Skywalker saga, which there's no problem because the vast majority of people, if they've watched Star Wars, they've just watched the movies. They didn't really delve into the EU and all that stuff. Which is okay, that's fine. But me, myself, and I, as a person who, you know, I grew up reading the EU, it's now Legends, and some of the stuff that's come from the Disney acquisition since, I think that making everything revolve around the Skywalker saga just makes the world tiny and minuscule. And one thing I love about The Mandalorian is that it just has these episodes with these characters doing things, and maybe they'll have some nods here and there to the old movies, but it's pretty much uncharted territory, which I think is really dope. And, you know, I'm not going to give away any spoilers about what happens at the end of the episode, but it's freaking great. And I can't wait to see what they do. I mean, I have my reservations about second seasons of shows that have had really good first seasons, but I'm confident in them. Hopefully they don't just try to throw everything but the kitchen sink just to say, hey, look what we have here. Oh my God, this character, member. I don't want it to be a Rise of Skywalker where they throw Easter eggs just for the sake of throwing Easter eggs. Okay. What do you think about Snoop Dogg's new fridge? I think it's really dope, especially if you look at the lore of Snoop Dogg with Xbox. I remember a few years back, he made a video saying, yo, message to Xbox or Bill Gates or whoever the fuck. Y'all motherfucker servers are janky as fuck. Y'all gotta fix this shit before I switch to PlayStation. That was so funny. And now that he has a fridge, it's just like, everything is full circle. The Legend of Dragoon. Ever played it? Oh, absolutely. Legend of Dragoon is my number one most underappreciated game of all time. Because that game, to me, was one of the quintessential PS1 RPGs, right up there with Final Fantasy VII. The only problem is that it kind of came out really late in the life, and every RPG that came out post Final Fantasy VII, at least for the first like 3-4 years, people accused them of being Final Fantasy VII clones. But if you were able to play Legend of Dragoon and experience it for what it was, it's got an epic story, great cast of characters, and it's amazing. It is prime for a remake. And the only reason I didn't include it in that list of 5 games I wanted to be remade is because I knew it's literally never going to happen. Never. And that's what kills me. But Sony knows that there's demand for it. Like, Shuhei Yoshida's like, yeah, Legend of Dragoon. It's like, give it to me. Give it to me. I need it. All right. When is the next embargo lifting? The next embargo is the last embargo, and that lifts this Friday. So this Friday, guys, you can check out the first video I upload, which is going to be my impressions of using the Series X. And then within like 2 days or so, I'll probably upload my top 20 most asked questions about it. Have you been seeing the rumors for Halo Infinite? People are saying a Battle Royale is confirmed. Well, I've been following Halo Infinite's rumors very closely. But at the same time, I take everything with a grain of salt, as you should, because until we get more concrete confirmations, everything is a rumor in this industry. But what I've seen with Halo Infinite, it just seems too much to just say just take it with a grain of salt. I definitely do think there are systemic problems at 343 Industries. And I think this stems from them even being, from their inception to now, they can never give you a proper Halo experience. There's always something that just gets fucked up. Like Halo 4 comes out. Campaign was decent. Multiplayer, nah. Halo 5. Campaign was trash. Multiplayer was pretty high. Master Chief Collection, it took them so many years to fix it. And now Halo Infinite, it's like, bro, what? What is going on at 343? Like, how? This is Xbox's franchise. This is their marquee title. It's Halo. Halo is Xbox. And the fact that that game is going through so much stuff, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will say this much. With the departure of the one person who was there, I think he was the lead game developer, what's the term I'm looking for? What's the term? He was one of the leads there, right? In charge of steering the ship. With his departure or demotion, whatever, I think that's a sign that Microsoft is trying to get this shit right. Because I think even they know if Halo Infinite comes out and that game is divisive across the board, if it is not a resounding success, 343 is done. And Halo might be done with it. And people don't like to hear me say that, but it's true. Halo Infinite cannot come out and just be an alright game. We can't just sit here saying, well, I liked it. Halo is an institution. It needs to be treated as such. That game needs to come out and move the world, just like Halo 3 did. And the same way games like God of War and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, no pun intended, breathe new life into their respective franchises, Halo needs to do that. It needs to come out and be that game you're like, yo, I don't fuck with Xbox, but I want that game. Halo hasn't been that in over 10 years. I don't know. People say it's harsh to say those things. Like, yo, you don't know what's happening there, but Strike 1, Halo 4. Strike 2, Halo 5. If Halo Infinite comes out and there's all types of controversy with it, man, I don't know. Some heads got to roll. And if it comes down to it, man, it is what it is. Oh, okay. Gabe is doing his mod stuff and he banned some people. Did you hear about the new Atari? No, I didn't. All I know is Atari is wrapped up in some type of fuckery as of late, which they always are. So it's just, I don't care. All I care about is when people like Spawnwave get on Twitter and he's just like, yo, what is going on with this? It's like an ongoing running joke for Spawnwave that literally it's like, hey, y'all remember Atari? Atari? Yeah, man. They were supposed to do this console like 5 years ago and it's delayed again. Okay. Anthony says Halo is not Xbox. Gears of War is Xbox. Gears is the reason I own an Xbox. Honestly, I don't even like Halo. Well, Anthony, no disrespect, brother, but that's your personal opinion. The fact remains is that Halo as a brand has much more appeal than any of Microsoft's other franchises. Period. Point blank. Like, Gears of War 5 is a good game, but it's just not in the same competition or same league as Halo. Halo needs to be that game. It needs to be. I don't know how else I can spin this. You know, like Infinite needs to be great. Oh boy. Exactly. Yeah, Halo is the face of Xbox, bro. Bro, Halo is on the back of the Xbox Series X box. Literally, it is. All right. What's your favorite Halo game? I always catch flack from people, but my favorite Halo game is Halo Reach. I don't care what y'all say. Halo Reach is my personal favorite. I love that game. So good. I know a lot of people love Halo 2. A lot of people love Halo 3. But me, myself, and I'm a Reach guy. I'm a Reach guy, y'all. Kratos says, dude, Halo is dead. Get over yourself. Bethesda was. Oh, well, Gabe just timed that out. I mean, the thing is, Kratos, I don't want Halo to be dead. It shouldn't be dead. It should be. I want it to be good. Oh, there we go. See, we got a lot of people hyping up Reach. Okay. That's what I like to see. People hate Reach for Sprint, like don't kill. Yeah, that's why a lot of people hate it. They thought they were making it more like Call of Duty. And then they look at the other games that came afterwards, and it's just like, Halo Reach might as well be classic Halo compared to the other Halo games. Hey, what's going on, Bree? How you doing, sis? Yeah, see, Halo Reach hype. That's why, you see, that's why I fuck with y'all. Halo Reach is dope. I fucking love that game. You know what? What I was gonna do, and this is kind of it's not ruining the surprise since the game got delayed, but I was gonna stream every single Halo game leading up to the launch of Halo Infinite. I was gonna stream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was gonna go through and play Halo Wars 1 and finally play Halo Wars 2. I was gonna play all those games, probably stream like a game every other week. Man, it was gonna be great, but you know, it got delayed, so we got a little more time to do that. And I wanted to do co-op with y'all, so we get like a whole squad of people and we just run through these Halo campaigns. Look at this. I love seeing this Halo Reach love. This is beautiful. Everyone forgets ODST. Well, ODST, I mean, it's not really its own game, though. I mean, yeah, they released it as its own game, but it's more like just an expansion, you know? Oh, and then the homie Collins coming in with the $6.99 Canadian super chat. Thank you for that, brother. Is Legend of Korra worth my time watching as a huge fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender? Also, have you read the comics based off both series? Well, Colin, my boy, thank you so much for your support. And holy shit, it's already 8 o'clock? No, it's not. Wait, didn't I just start streaming this? My computer might be daylight savings fucked up. It's 7 o'clock. I was like, no, there's no way it's been an hour and a half. Why hasn't my computer automatically adjusted itself? That's so weird. I'm going to change that right now. I was like, no way. But, okay, so to answer Colin's questions, as a person who's seen both Avatar: The Last Airbender and its sequel series, The Legend of Korra, I am not a fan of Korra. I am a fan of certain aspects of the show. I like what they did with some characters, but as a whole, the series just feels like a just disjointed mess. And from what I've been reading, that has to do with the fact that originally it was only going to be like, 12 episodes, and then the series was so popular that they had to go ahead and basically the story that they crafted for the 12 episodes, they now had to like stretch that and do something else to make it a longer series, and then it just ended. I was like, oh, fuck. So it was just such a mess of a show. I didn't really like the character of Korra by comparison to Aang. If they were to go back and redo Korra, I would definitely be down for that because there's a lot of interesting aspects there, but it's just the execution is rather faulty. And I haven't read the comics based off Korra. I read the comics based off Avatar, but not Korra. Because, you know, after I watched the show, it was like, nah. Let's see. All right, so Nick asks, what are your current thoughts on the state of Cartoon Network and Toonami? Well, because I get this asked a lot, because a lot of people watched my videos way back when, and they want to know if I still feel the same way I do about like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, and all that. To tell you the truth, y'all, I have not watched any of those networks religiously in 11 years. I basically cut the cable cord before there was even cable cord in my mind. So I don't know anything about their layout, their updates on shows. I just see whatever they put on Netflix. And Cartoon Network has put out a couple of really good shows that remind me more of like the 90s era. Same thing for Nickelodeon and Disney. So for me, it's just like I pick and choose what shows are really good, but it's not enough to make me watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't have the time to sit down and watch TV like that. Everything for me is I consume my content when it's convenient for me. So I don't just structure my life around, oh, I got to watch this. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this much, though. Toonami is absolutely crushing it. Just seeing what they've been able to do in the past couple of years, how they've, gone from just recycling old shows to, shows like premiering English dubs for the very first time on the network. Sometimes they'll be doing like simul dubs where it's what we see in Japan, we get over here in a matter of weeks. Like absolutely insane. So Toonami is killing it. But again, I don't watch Toonami because I consume my content via Hulu and Netflix and Funimation and Crunchyroll. Okay, let's see. Yes, I actually bought both No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch after a while. I haven't played it yet. Is your partnership with Xbox a one-time thing for the Series X, or are you going to keep working with them in the future? So as far as, okay, so I'll answer this question. This is not embargo. A lot of people are asking, how did I end up with the Xbox Series X? Did I contact Microsoft? Did they contact me? So how that worked out is Microsoft reached out to me very early on. As y'all might recall, Major Nelson tweeted my video out, I think like the day after it came out, and it blew up. It was already blowing up as is, but then when he tweeted out, a bunch of people at Xbox watched it. But not just that, a bunch of Xbox executives, like high-level management, they know of me there. So I was getting a lot of emails from them just saying, we're really glad you like Xbox, and if you ever need anything, just let us know. And, there were talks from there, like, oh, I'll let y'all know, because this was me back in June. I didn't really know anything, so I was like, whatever. And then we just kept in contact talking, because that's what you do. You do not burn bridges. You do not burn bridges unless you must. You stay humble, you stay cordial, and you go from there, and you let your work speak for itself. And then Microsoft reached out to me, and they said, hey, we want to send you the Xbox Series X to check out for your channel. Are you down? Of course, I said I was down. And, from us doing all the contract work and everything, that's how it went about. But yeah, that's how it happened. Oh, and Phil Spencer follows me as well. But I know a lot of people say, oh, it's the second Phil Spencer followed you, that's where all this stuff came into play. No, it's actually not. This stuff was actually in the process way before Phil Spencer followed me. I guess he just followed me because he saw a video. I don't know. But yeah, it's like I always tell this to people because I've seen this a lot, especially now. People are getting really spiteful and jealous, like, oh, how come this person got an Xbox and that person didn't, and blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't know how these companies go about giving out their consoles to people, and I'm not going to pretend to. All I can do is just continue making the content that I'm enjoying and you guys are enjoying, and that's it. And if they view it as something that's worthy of them actually going and doing that, then cool, that's okay. Right? Because for me, I want everybody to win, which is why I'm so about promoting all types of content creators. That's why I'm always saying, yo, check out this new video from my family, follow them, give them a like, give them a subscribe. That's what I do, because I'm just going to be real. People who are petty about not getting free shit from corporations, billion, $1 trillion corporations, you must have nothing better to do. Because even if Microsoft didn't send me the Xbox Series X, guess what? I still had that bitch on pre-order. Why? Because I wanted to buy the console to check out for my channel. Like, that's the important thing. Don't whine, bitch, moan, and complain that this person didn't send me free shit. Why did blah, 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 I deserve? No. If you truly deserve that shit, they would have reached out to you. I'm just saying it like it is, But yeah, like if they didn't send me the console, whatever. If PlayStation sent me the console to check out, I would say the exact same thing. Like, I don't care that they sent me this. It's cool that it is, but it's whatever, But you see, people, I don't know, they can't accept that fact. You in this line of work, you stay humble and you stay true to yourself. So if y'all are trying to get into this whole content creator stuff, stay true to yourself. Don't sell out. Don't do any of this stuff. Don't do stuff, gin up hype for clicks and views and all the crazy shit you see in the fanboy wars. It's not worth it. Trust me, it isn't. At the same time, you don't have to be a yes man. You don't have to defend everything that people like. Because as y'all have seen in my videos, I've gone on record saying stuff about Xbox that I'm not a fan of. I went on a whole little spiel about Halo Infinite and its development. Why? Because I love gaming. And I'm not going to, what's the term? Tread the line for anybody. Whether they are a $1 trillion corporation or there's someone down the street who was my neighbor or whatever. Alrighty. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from King Kovu. Are you done with PC gaming, or are you Xbox for some games, PC for others? No, I'm not done with PC gaming. PC gaming has never really been a mainstay in my life. It's not what I do on the day-to-day basis, considering all the games that I play them on consoles. And for the most part, the games I like, they run okay on consoles. Now, if it's something like Battlefield or The Witcher, games like that you really want to experience at its highest graphical fidelity, I'll play those on PC. But if it's something like an indie game, if it's Persona, if those type of games, I'll play them on consoles. I enjoy them on consoles just fine. That's basically how it is. But I still got love for PC gaming, just like I have love for every other type of game out there, NeoGameSpark, hey, you in contact with Microsoft? And ask them why we don't get a headset with the Series X. Oh yeah, because in the unboxing you don't get one of those like headsets for the console. Like how on the PlayStation 4 they give you those little earbuds you put in, and it has a little mic. I mean, it's not the best quality, but it is something. Xbox didn't give you that at all. I don't think they did with the Xbox One X either. I don't think so. But, I mean, it's just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you buy these game consoles, I guess they pulled a survey out there. Most people don't use those things because a lot of people who buy these consoles, they already have headsets. And also, I mean, let me just fill y'all in on something. If you do have a headphone out there, right, whether it's over-the-ear ones or it's the little tiny buds that has a inline mic, you can plug it into the controller and it will read just fine. Yeah, this is the Series X controller, by the way, which again I cannot talk about, but yeah, it'll be just fine. Because me, myself, and I, when I'm gaming on my consoles, I use where are they? I use this right here. This is my what is it? I always forget the name. The HyperX Cloud 2. It was like, what, a $100 headset? Nothing too crazy. I've had it for a year and a half. The build quality is amazing. It's comfortable. It has a detachable mic, so if you just want to game with the headphones on, you can do that. If you want to have the mic in there, talk to your friends, you can do that as well. I'm not really too finicky when it comes down to gaming headsets, because if I'm being real, I don't like wearing headsets for an extended period of time. Like for me, the most I'll wear a headset is 3 hours, and that's usually when I'm on a flight or I'm at the gym or something. I'm just not a headphone kind of guy. I prefer having a proper sound setup system, Can you use AirPods? I actually haven't even tested that myself. I would assume so because it's Bluetooth, so I'll have to check that for you. But I assume if you can't use it on the Xbox One X, I don't know if you could use it on the Series X. But again, I can't say. The real question is, why is the Xbox controller still using batteries? Oh, I'll answer you that question, Corey. Now, I'm not a spokesperson for Microsoft, so I'm not going to pretend to understand why they do certain things. But as far as, and I'm going to get to your question. I'm going to get to your question right now, Colin, after this one. As far as the battery situation is concerned with Xbox, like I used to joke about that way back when, because it's like, how are you releasing a console in 2013, in 2017 that doesn't have rechargeable batteries? It's stupid. But I understand the reason why Microsoft did it. Why? Because they're catering to their user base and they're listening to what their user base wants. That's all it is for Xbox at the end of the day. And a lot of gamers have said that they don't mind having rechargeable batteries because, not rechargeable, but AA batteries, because the controller itself, that basically secures its longevity and its lifespan. Because when you have a rechargeable battery, sure, you can recharge it as many times as you want, but as the years progress, that battery dwindles. And unless you want to go ahead and replace that battery, that time that you got in 2013 is not going to be the same in 2020. Like my DualShock 4 controller that I had at launch, that thing don't even get 5 hours of battery. Xbox, on the other hand, I still have my 360 controller, right? I can plug in a new pair of AA batteries and it still gives me the same playtime that it did when I bought my 360 in 2008. So from Microsoft's perspective, they'd rather give users more freedom and choice in that factor and basically make it so the controller you don't have to worry about, right? You don't have to worry about, oh, this controller sucks. It has a bad battery, so I can't use it, right? So you can go ahead and you can use the AA batteries. You can use rechargeable batteries. You can buy the battery pack. You can play it wired. Or you can buy the Elite controller if you want a rechargeable battery. So that's my interpretation of what the situation is. Because 20 years from now, if the only thing separating an Xbox one controller from a PS5 controller is one has a removable battery and one doesn't. The one that has the removable batteries, the Xbox, is going to still last you 30 hours. So that's just me. I can smell the Duracell. Yeah. Let's see. So now we're going to get to the question from my homie Colin, my boy. And he asked, is Dragon Ball worth getting into at this point? Do you recommend I watch the anime or read the manga? Excellent question, Colin, because I've got a lot of people who have never been into anime, or they've been into anime, but they took a time off and they want to know if they should get into it again. So they always say Dragon Ball because, you know, Dragon Ball is one of the biggest series of all time. I do recommend getting into Dragon Ball. I really do. But if you are going to do it, read the manga. Just read the manga. I know a lot of people say, I don't want to read my stuff. Please, read the manga. It is Toriyama's original vision, unaltered by, you know, the animation studio being Toei, the English dub, anything like that. I just highly recommend it. And you'll be able to get through the manga so much quicker by comparison in the time it'll take you to watch the original Z series, which is like 300 episodes, or Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is I think 160. If you want to watch an anime, I recommend checking out Kai because it is shorter. It has better voice acting for the English side of things, better scripting, better pacing, and it's just a much better show. Now, are there some faults with Kai in terms of the swapping out of music in certain aspects because of copyright? Yes. And just certain animation scenes look really poor when they try to reanimate it. But as a whole, I will forgive those faults for a much better sounding show with voice acting, because that original Dragon Ball Z dub does not hold up at all. Like, my God. But thank you for your support, Colin. Appreciate it. All right. So we have a $4.99 super chat coming from AsbelLaunt100. I'm really into that Pray for the Gods game. Having another Shadow of Colossus type title is such a good feeling. Yeah, I haven't really dived much into that, but I've heard some folks talking about it. I mean, there's something so pure about games that just kind of throw you in there and they don't really tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Breath of the Wild, I think really encapsulates that. It's just one of those games where you just get thrown in there and you have fun. You make your own fun. Shadow of the Colossus, it's like, okay, you're in this world. What do you do? Oh, you got to hunt down these titans. Okay, we killed one. And then we have to find the other one. And you just go from there. Like, those kind of games are really cool. Let's see. Any thoughts on Watch Dogs Legion? Loved the first Watch Dogs. Thought the second one was okay. On the fence about this one because Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out same time-ish. Okay. So, I might get in trouble with this one. I might. Because I got sent Watch Dogs Legion. I can't comment on the Series X performance, but I can comment on the game. I think that's my little loophole, because the game's already out, you know? I'm just not going to comment on the Series X version. But in terms of the gameplay itself, I've played Watch Dogs Legion for a couple hours, and here are my impressions so far. The gameplay, the loop of what you do in it is really solid. I actually like it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Everything else surrounding it is just typical Ubisoft humdrum. Ugh, really. And that's what kills me, because it's like Ubisoft, some games will come out that have really interesting concepts and just the execution is trash. I'm not saying Watch Dogs Legion is a bad game. No, because the gameplay itself is actually really fun. And yo, the attention to detail with certain parts of, you know, recruiting people is, it's so dope. But the story, the voice acting, the scripting, it's just Ubisoft, and that's terrible. But if I had to say, pick up Watch Dogs Legion at a price drop. If you see it on sale for $30, $25, which it will drop down because you know how games are these days, pick it up. I think you're going to enjoy it. I cannot comment on how it runs on the Series X, though. Hey, Fostings, what's up, brother? What's up? All right, and we have a $4.99 super chat from Daniel Pack. 138 likes is just unacceptable. Oh, y'all heard it. Daniel Pack is calling y'all out. If you're watching this stream and you ain't hit that like button, there's 212 y'all watching. We got 142 likes. Yo, what's going on, y'all? We got to get these likes up. Come on, y'all. Support your content creators out here. We all trying to win. We all trying to eat. But appreciate that, Fostings. Thank you. Remember, these are Fostings' words, not mine. Mexican Zoidberg's name, not mine. All right. Let's see. I had a really good question come in from, let's see, Mod Nation. Do they still got the tire thing on the analog sticks? I hate that I catch sweat. Ugh. So, wait. Y'all have seen the controller in the wild. Okay. Y'all already know this. I'm not saying anything. But it still does have the tire tracks on it. It still has the tire tracks on it. But it is not as bad as on the Xbox One controller. At all. Imagine that's going to be my embargo break thing. I say, it's not as bad as the Xbox One controller. But no. I played with this. And bro, it does not dig into my fingers like the Xbox One controller did. It does not. So thank you, Microsoft. Finally. Let's see. Have you watched Netflix's Blood of Zeus? No, I have not. People on the fence about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. If you're on the fence about watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It is such an amazing anime. It's one of my top favorites. Chuck is chillin'. Do you think we will get Cyberpunk this year? I mean, to tell you the truth, brother, I don't know, man. 2020 is such a strange year. I don't think it's going to be delayed again, but honestly, I have a feeling that game is going to come out and it's going to run like dog shit, bro. I feel like on the PS4 and Xbox One, the base models, that thing is going to be a mess. So save some type of crazy voodoo wizardry that they work on it from now until December, what is it? It's December 10th. I don't know, man. Either way, I'm playing Cyberpunk on my PC because that's how I play all my CD Projekt Red games, and I'm going to enjoy it on there. That's all I can say. Let's see. Thoughts on George Lucas's original sequel trilogy plans being about the Wills, the midichlorians, and a microbiotic. So, yeah, I actually did some digging into George Lucas's original sequel trilogy plans, and they definitely sounded more interesting than the sequel trilogy we got from Disney. But again, George Lucas, like I always say, he is a genius when it comes to world building and expanding the lore. Not so great at translating that into a competent movie. Because with the original Star Wars saga, after A New Hope, he basically handed off the reins to other people. He was still involved, but he wasn't involved to that same capacity of, hey, I'm going to write this, I'm going to direct this, blah, 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 blah. So I think George Lucas will work better with a co-director or as a writer. Maybe he'll be producing it too. I don't want him to direct and write another Star Wars movie because that's how we got the prequels. It took him till the third movie to get a somewhat competent film. And even then, Revenge of the Sith still has a lot of cheese that's like, ugh, bro, this is not going to age well. And it didn't. It didn't. But his plans did look a lot more interesting. And I do hope that we see those referenced in some way in future Star Wars mediums. Okay. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the base model Xbox One, and are they any good at all? I wouldn't go ahead and buy a base Xbox One. I wouldn't. If you really want to buy an Xbox One, track down not the Series X, the One X, because that's the best version of that console available. And it's the quietest version. It runs faster. And it's just a beautiful console. I actually gave it to my little brother, so he's been using that. He's been going through Game Pass, playing all those games. And yeah, bro. But the thing that sucks about it is that it's discontinued. So basically all the Xbox One X consoles that are out there in the world, that's it. They're not making any more because, they're producing the Series X and the Series S. All right. What is your PC setup? Well, as far as specs are concerned, my GPU is an AMD 5700 XT. My CPU is I don't even know. I think it's a 2700X. Let me see. Like I said, y'all, I don't really be about this PC shit like that. Yeah, I have a Ryzen 7 2700X 8-core processor. I have 32 gigs of RAM. Probably might upgrade that to 64. I've got 1.5 terabytes of SSD and NVMe, and I'll probably expand that as I've started editing in 4K. 4K file sizes are ridiculous. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not crazy. I don't water cool my PC. I don't have RGB RAM and all that stuff. I'm very basic. Like, I want my computer to run the games and run my software. That's all it is. I mean, I have RGB mice, keyboard, lighting setup, fixtures, all that, but I mean, that's not really part of the setup, you know? The cam is looking crispy. Oh, I appreciate that, Eric Kahn. Yeah, it's the Logitech Brio, my friend. Once you tweak around with the settings and you got some nice lighting, that shit is quality. Speaking of which, I mean, it is kind of pricey, but man, if y'all can go ahead and get that Logitech Brio, I'm telling you, bro, like you get 4K 30, you get 1080p 60. It's just a beautiful webcam, man. And you get a nice wide field of view, bro. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Hold on one second. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, if y'all can go ahead and tweet this video out, share it on social media, do what y'all got to do. I appreciate that. Oh, and shout out to Eric Kahn. I just loaded up his thing. He's like a $300 joint and chill. Hey, I got to go watch that later. Alrighty. Neo's room in 4K Logitech quality. Well, right now the stream, we're just outputting it in 1080p, but the videos I've been uploading have all been recorded in 4K and then downscale to 1440p. So they still look a little crispy. You know who it is. Oh, that's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Yo, we go way back. This guy Zinfer, we go way back, man. Like we trade stories for days, man. Oh god, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know, man. Some of the stories are not even suitable for this stream. Don't even type his name. He pops up like Beetlejuice. Oh, I think I know who y'all are talking about. Oh, God. Let's see. Neo, did you see the video I DM'd you about GTA 5 load times on the Series X? No, I didn't. I'll have to check that out later. I haven't tested The Witcher on my Series X, but I saw somebody test it on their Series X. And apparently, bro, like, the map loaded everything before the game even processed it. So literally it's like you have certain things loading in that half a second when you hit fast travel that just were too quick for that SSD. So I got to check that out for myself, actually. Yeah, exactly. That's the Series X, like, brute forcing it. But once CD Projekt Red comes out with a proper next-gen patch for The Witcher 3, I think that will be addressed. Let it rip like Beyblade. Are you able to tell us which games you're testing on the Series X? I don't see why not. I mean, it's not like I'm telling you anything about the games. So, in addition to all the games that are on Game Pass that I've been testing, like Gears of War 5 or whatever, I went back to test, like, as far as, like, games that I own on Xbox. Like, just a lot of, like, random, like, backwards compatibility for 360 games. So, Red Dead Redemption, I tested that on the Series X. I actually got sent Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dirt 5, The Falconeer, Tetris, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Basically all, like, the marquee titles for Xbox launching, I'm testing right now. So, there's that. With the exception of Valhalla, though. With the exception of Valhalla. Because that game, I have to talk to Ubisoft because that game still says that it's locked until the day it comes out, which is not fun. Because I think it comes out the day of the Series X. So it's like, I could talk about every game that I've played but that. So I have to message Ubisoft about that. Did you get the PS5 controller? No, I didn't. I'm just going to wait till I get the console. That's what I'm going to do. Did you test Subnautica? No, I did not. I did not. Is that on Game Pass, Daniel? Because if it is, I'll check it out, bro. Hello, Mr. Cheetos. Welcome to the stream. There are rumors of a Rise Son of Rome sequel. What did you think about it? Did you enjoy the first one? You know, it's funny. I actually saw a article about that. Like, Crytek is thinking about doing, like, remasters of Crysis 2 and 3 and then, like, a new Rise. I mean, I'm playing Rise right now. Visually, it's stunning. It's beautiful. Like, that game still holds up. The only thing holding it back on the Xbox is the fact that it runs at 720p, which sucks. It didn't get a 1X patch, which means that it's not going to get a Series X patch. But the gameplay itself, the gameplay loop is just, it's a bit too repetitive for my liking. Like, it's got a lot of really good ideas, but it just seems like it's more style rather than substance. But everything else about it is really interesting, and this is why I want to see a sequel to Rise, because there's a good concept there. And if they come out with a sequel with better combat, better gameplay loop, I think a lot of people will like it. It could have that Uncharted 2 effect, if you will. Is Rise 900p? All I know is it looks so blurry, man. It looked really blurry on my TV. It looked like 720p to me, bro. But if it's 900p, then yeah, I mean, there you go. So some people are saying 900p. Either way, it just looks way too blurry. It looks way too blurry. But on PC, if y'all have Rise Son of Rome, dude, that looks incredible. Like, holy shit. But yeah, Rise and Quantum Break. I'm testing Quantum Break as well. Both these games, they aren't optimized, which sucks because there's only so much that the Series X can do for a game that's locked at a particular resolution and locked at a particular frame rate. Which sucks because Quantum Break, man, that game, that game almost gave me a headache when I was trying to play it. Let's see. This question is coming from, well, it's not a question, it's coming from Jalen Brown. This is my first Q&A live stream I've made because school and basketball, but I love your channel. You're the least biased game discussion YouTuber by far. Oh, thank you about that, Jalen. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I just speak my piece on things. I don't have an agenda for things because why would I have an agenda for something? Especially if I'm not getting paid for it. Like, what? Like, people out here doing free advertising and corporate slaving for these companies, and they don't get sent a PlayStation. They don't get sent an Xbox. They get nothing. But they got a bunch of people to retweet them. So, I mean, that's all that really matters, which is, I guess, if that's what's a success to you and that's what you deem, then, hey, more power to you. I would love for Bloodborne to get a... I would either love for Bloodborne to get a remake or some type of remaster, because that game desperately needs 60 frames. It does. Did you play the Hyrule Warriors demo yet? I downloaded it. I just didn't fire it up yet. After playing the Series X, does it tamper your thoughts on the PS5? No, it doesn't. I'm still excited for the PlayStation 5 because I love games and PlayStation gives me games, you know? So it's not. The PlayStation 5, I know a lot of people like to play this whole spec game. Oh, it's weaker than the Series X, but it's the same price, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, that's why I never engage in this stuff, because I care about the games, right? All this spec talk is just, bro, what? Are you a developer? Are you getting paid for this? I don't know, man. Like, that's why the only time I'd be talking about this stuff is about the games. That's it. But for people, it's like, no. You have to talk about this. You have to talk about this. You have to talk about how Xbox changed their marketing from the world's most powerful console to the world's most Xbox powerful console or some dumb shit. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But hello to all the new people joining the stream. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Mr. Platnick. It's been a minute. I was wondering when you'd show up in the stream. Best guy online, telling us how it is and making my heart pound like no other. How he does it without even trying. I can't even get through this. Oh my. Keep going strong, you sweet, sweet man. Well, I appreciate that support, brother. Thank you. Okay. Quick question. Can you take the Xbox Series X shell off so you can paint over it and make some sick designs? I don't think so. No. I mean, I haven't tried it, but no, I don't think so. I know the PlayStation 5 has a removable faceplate, but I don't think you can do that on the Xbox. Unless you really want to just physically take it off. But again, I haven't tested that because I don't really do custom designs for my consoles. I leave it to other people to do that. Specs are important. Otherwise, what's the point of a new console, really? Games definitely are the main point, preacher. Yeah, specs do matter. Specs matter, but specs do not supersede the games. The games do the talking. And if you have better specs, yes, the games theoretically could look better. But, yo, list me some games that look better than God of War, The Last of Us Part 2, all those games that are on PlayStation, the wizardry that they put into the Ghost of Tsushima, where it loads almost instantaneously. That's what I care about. I don't care about if it's RDNA 3 or not. Like, no. I don't care about that shit. Like, I play games, not specs. Oh, boy. Oh, we have a super chat coming in from Colin, my boy. Colin, my boy. Have you ever read any of Osamu Tezuka's works? Thank you so much for the support, Colin. And I've only dabbled in his works. I mean, I've seen adaptations of his shows, of course, anime and everything, but I've never done like a full sit-down run-through of his entire series to truly appreciate it for what it is and what he did for the world. So I can't say that I've actually done that. I've dabbled here and there, seen a couple of chapters, but yeah, that's that. Neo got that radio voice. You know what the funny thing is, folks, I've heard that a lot, especially in my place of work. I have a lot of people say, oh my God, so is this like your side job and you have a radio station that you host? And I said, no, I do not, but thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you get chosen to announce a game award, bro. Oh, thank you for that, Atlanta. Okay, so for those who are wondering why some people have commented this, right now, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards show, he basically put out a tweet saying, are there any online content creators who you would love to see present an award? Reply in the thread. And a lot of people out there said, yo, Neo, I would love to see you do an award, which I think is really dope. That's so humbling because, you know, I'm not that type of person saying, yes, I want to be on this show. Campaign for me, guys. Like, I don't care about that. For me, at the end of the day, is if y'all want to see this happen, by all means, go ahead to Jeff Keighley's Twitter thread that talks about the Game Awards presenting online creator and drop my name out there if you want to see me. You know, I'm not telling you to do this at all. It's completely up to you, but I'm just humbled that a lot of people think that I should be on there, which is just, it's so weird, man. Okay. If you want to get into Tezuka, Blackjack is a great place to start. Okay, Dimwit Monkey. I'll keep that in mind, brother. Thank you. All right, we have a $2 super chat coming from my boy Valkian24, a.k.a. Mookman24, a.k.a. the master of both Genie and Tippy, a.k.a. Dark Messiah. What is your dream next-gen game? My dream next-gen game is basically a game that I want to be made, like, period. It doesn't really matter the generation it's in, because I think it can work within the confines of whatever hardware you put out. But a few months ago, somebody asked me on stream if you could create an ideal superhero game, what would it be? And I basically said I would love to see a Daredevil game come out, right? Where you have two different gameplay styles. So in the morning, you play as Matt Murdock, and it's kind of styled like Ellie Noire, where you would go and investigate crime scenes. You'd gather information to prepare a trial, and the trial scene is structured like the Ace Attorney games, you know, Phoenix Wright. And you go ahead and you have to present your evidence in this trial to defend your client. And this is where it gets really ambitious, but I would basically make it so you can actually lose cases. You can actually lose cases, and it affects the flow of the story. I don't know to the extent of how that's going to matter in the grand scheme of things, but that is something I'm interested in. And then at night, you play as Daredevil, and you've got the combat that is associated with that character. And then also some things that you find out playing as Daredevil could potentially influence what happens in your day-to-day trials as Matt Murdock. So that's my ideal game. And I've literally been thinking about this Daredevil game for the longest time. I think it would be really cool because it's not really something that's been done on a grand scale. So that's basically it. Okay. After playing Forza Horizon 4, what are you wanting for Forza Horizon 5? Well, here's the thing, you guys. Forza Horizon 4 was my first Forza Horizon game, I believe, since the second game. So I missed part 3 because, you know, I didn't have an Xbox during that time. But I did play part 2. And I'm just blown away with the amount of content in the game, how beautiful the game is. And to me, I don't really think I'm in a position to have like a wish list of what I want in Forza Horizon 5 because I don't, you know, it's not like I'm not qualified to say that. I'm enjoying the game for what it is. Now, if you talked about any other franchise that I love, of course, I have lists like Persona 6. I have like my biggest stipulation. If Persona 6 comes out and it's set in high school, there is an audible groan heard around the world. We've done this high school shit. It's time to move on. Give us college. Give us adulthood. Leave that high school shit behind. But Forza Horizon, I mean, if it's as good as Forza Horizon 4, I'm down. But I'm sure someone like Burnt Easy over here in Atlanta, he can probably tell you a list of things that he wants to see. But Forza Horizon's a really good game. Oh, today is Darian's birthday. He is 27. Clap it up for Darian. Happy birthday, brother. Welcome to the 27 and up club. Welcome, 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 welcome. I have a question as a person that was on a budget this year. I picked up the Xbox Series X. Do you think it will hold back next gen? Well, here's the thing. There's been a lot of discourse about the relevancy of the Xbox Series X long term. Will it matter? Is it going to hold last gen gaming back? Should you spend an extra $200 to get the Series X? And my whole thought process is this. Whether or not the Xbox Series S holds gaming back, whether or not that is indeed true, because, you know, there's always going to be a lowest common denominator no matter what the system is. You know, you can have the most powerful console, whether it's the PS5, Xbox Series X, whichever one is theoretically more powerful, whatever. One of them will be the lowest common denominator and technically hold gaming back. I don't think the Series S is going to do that. I think that for a lot of its lifespan in existence, a lot of games are going to be roughly within that 1080p to 1440p range, which is what Microsoft is kind of advertising the system as. You know, the system still has the same CPU, still has the same GPU, albeit, you know, lower teraflops by comparison, and it doesn't have as much RAM. But I think within the confines of what developers have been doing and what they've been accustomed to for so many years, I think they can make it work. You know what I'm saying? People equate the Series S like it's the Nintendo Switch or something, which I don't think is the case. But it's a $300 console. You kind of get what you paid for. I don't think we're going to get to a point where games only release on the Series X and the PS5 and not the Series S. I don't even think that can really even happen. This is all the same Xbox ecosystem. But if you are that concerned about it, I would say, you know, go ahead and get that Series X if you want the full fat next gen experience. I think the Series S's market is a little more refined, and it's laser focused. You know, they're not trying to sell the Series S to the Xbox enthusiasts. They're trying to sell the Series S to people who are on a budget, number one, people who do not care about all these fancy text features, number two. So that's a lot of people who just play Call of Duty, just play Fortnite. If they see a $300 console, cool. And number three, which is Phil Spencer even said this himself, they're trying to sell the Series S to people who already own a PlayStation 5 or a Nintendo Switch. Because if they can have somebody get into the Xbox ecosystem at a really cheap price, it doesn't matter if it's the Series X or the Series S. They're still putting money into that, which is a pretty sound idea when you think about it. But yeah, that's it. Like what I'm seeing right now in terms of the game is just lower resolutions, which is to be expected. But a lot of the games, for the most part, they seem to be hitting those frame rate targets, and they have more graphical fidelity over the Xbox One X, which is the biggest complaint people had. Oh my God, it has less teraflops than the One X. But hey, teraflops ain't the whole story. Okay. We have a $3.99 super chat coming from AsbelLaunch100. Tales of Destiny Chronicles. Just give it. Bro, where's Tales of Arise? Oh my God. I would have thought at the very least they'd show gameplay at TGS, and they didn't. Holy shit. This might as well be a next-gen launch title. Like, and then they show that game off. When did they show off Tales of Arise? Was that 2018? No. It's 2019, right? Yeah. Was it? I don't even know at this point. Alrighty. $1.99 super chat from Gaming Forte. Happy to see you succeed. Here to more success. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. And, you know, in this life, I want everybody to win. But that comes with a price. That's some hard work and dedication, y'all. I want to see everybody succeed and thrive, but y'all got to put in your own work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how long it's going to take. You know, for you, the success might be 6 years or it could be 6 months. Who knows? But just put in that work, y'all, and stay true to yourself. Stay true. Where's Digimon Survive? Yo, where are all these games? Yeah, I know they delayed it, Pierre, but I'm like, we still haven't seen any gameplay this year, which is like, what? What games do you consider 10 out of 10? For me, I'm very strict. It's Minecraft, Skyrim, and GTA 5. Ooh, so the 10 out of 10 argument is always so subjective because people assume 10 out of 10 means you think that the game is perfection and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't necessarily view 10 out of 10s like that. I just think 10 out of 10 means it is such an engaging and enthralling experience. And for me, that's a lot of stuff. So 10 out of 10 games, in my personal opinion, you know, Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5, duh, because of just what I got out from those games. The Witcher 3, of course. That's one of my favorite 10 out of 10 games. Shit, there's a lot of stuff. If we're talking way back when, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 9, Chrono Trigger. Like for me, I love Power Stones so much, so I would consider that a 10 out of 10 game. Super Mario Galaxy to me is a 10 out of 10 game. There's a lot of stuff, man. Like, technically speaking, Call of Duty World at War and Left 4 Dead 2 are 10 out of 10 games for me because of how much fun I had playing those games and the experiences and the memories that I've shared. So I don't rank it like a lot of people do when they do 10 out of 10 stuff, but for me, that's it. Did you ever dabble with Anthem? No. Anthem was dead before I even got the opportunity to. By the time I was like low-key thinking about playing Anthem, that shit was dead, bro. Neo, you should try Persona 2 and Persona 1. Oh, no, I've played Persona 2. Persona 2 is one of my all-time favorites. To me, it's the best Persona. And 1, I go back and forth with it. Like, sometimes I can get into it, sometimes I can't. It's, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Persona 2 needs a remake. Or at least re-release it. Like, come on now. Let's see. Can you tell us about your romantic life? I've talked about my experiences dating on these streams before, so it's nothing really new. But for me in my life, thankfully, with the exception of like my last relationship, most of the relationships that I've been in have not been hella toxic or crazy or out of this world like you hear tons of folks speaking on. Like a lot of people are saying like, yo, this chick threatened to key my car and all this nonsense. Like, yo, that ain't me, man. Like for me in my romantic life, you know what's really saved me from all the stress and the headaches is I don't invite the problems into my life. So for example, if I'm in a situation where I know this person is very shallow, I know this person is very shaky, flaky, and all that stuff, I'm not going to put myself in the situation where I can go ahead and get involved with this person. Because I vet every single person I get into a relationship with. Why? Because you're in a relationship. You're not dating. Dating would be me actively going out there, hanging out with women. Maybe it gets a little romantic. Maybe we make out. Maybe I blow her back out. Who knows, right? But for me, dating is not exclusive. Relationship is something else entirely. That's where I'm committed to that one person. And if this person is causing me so much day-to-day stress where I can't even function, that is not a relationship that I want to be in. Oh, and we have a $4.99 super chat coming in from Daniel Pack. Thank you for the support, brother. As always, he says there are still 9 of y'all who haven't liked. Yo, guys, he's calling y'all out. We got 215 people watching, and we're missing some likes. What's going on, y'all? Just hit that like button. It is free, and it sends this video out into the ether. That's what y'all want, man. We want this channel to grow. Appreciate that. And shout out to my homie Danix, by the way, because I didn't shout him out today, and I feel bad. Wait, what are y'all talking about me saying something so casually? You talking about the likes? Is that what it is? Yeah, no, I'm not ashamed. I mean, I don't like horror, but I'm just saying like, yo, we trying to succeed out here, and that means clicking the like button. I'm not going to be like BG, though. BG is like, fuck y'all niggas for not hitting the like button. Let's see. But yeah, like for me, relationships, I don't invite that. So if I know somebody is just hella problematic and they think being problematic is a personality trait, I am not going to give them the time of day. That's like young kid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're perpetually in that 18-year-old mindset. Like hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like the women who I've been with, like hell, even my last relationship, my ex, very upfront, honest, and vocal about things. That's what matters in a relationship. All this back and forth. Oh, should I text him now or blah, blah, blah. That shit, man. Nah. All right. Oh, God. Oh, y'all talking about maybe I'll blow her back out. Hey, yo, listen. Y'all got to get casual with what you say. Like, you got to normalize that stuff. I don't say it to make it seem like, oh, yeah, hardcore. But, I mean, it just is what it is. Like, sometimes, the extent of me and my relationship with a girl would just be us going out to dinner, hanging out, enjoying each other's companies, and then other times we make the beast with the two backs. I mean, hey, this is life. Yeah, y'all know what you signed up for when you came to this stream. It is not for kids for a reason. And I know there's a lot of people over here who are like, They're like laughing and hidden. They're like, yeah, I agree with that, but I can't say that shit. My wife is watching. All right. Microsoft's about to cancel their deal with Neo because he said nigga. I don't think so at all. Because a lot of these executives have seen my popular Xbox videos. I straight up said the PS4 is jet. I said, what did I say? I said I can't really game on the PS4 like that, like I used to, because this motherfucker sounds like a jet engine and all the stuff I said. So they down with the shits, man. They down with the shits, I guess. But I thought this was a Christian channel. Oh, you're right. Reformed. See, Reformed is right. This is a Christian channel. This is a Christian YouTube channel. By the end of the stream, I'm going to get y'all to say that. This is a Christian YouTube channel. I know deadass someone's about to go on Jeff Keighley's page and be like, oh, go get Neo on the stream. He's a great Christian YouTuber. Oh, speaking of Twitter, I got to shout some people out. Hold up. Let me shout some new followers out. Hold on. Where y'all at? Shout out to K.Lewis. And damn, there's a bunch of ats and replies. Holy shit, I gotta go through this. Woof. But yeah, Twitter is the place to go if y'all want to keep in contact with me. That's the best place to message me. This is a Christian channel. Neo is very Christ-like. Oh, thank you. Shout out to the homie Gore the Movie God. That's one of the OGs right there. He's been at this YouTube game as long as I have, man. Gore is dope. He does awesome reaction videos, awesome unboxings, and he still has yet to play Persona 5 when he has it in the packaging, which, if I can pull this man away from watching Daddy's Home 2 for the 88th time this year, maybe he will play Persona 5. But shout out to my homie Gore the Movie Guy. That's the fam right there. You sell your soul to Xbox? No, I'm still here. I mean, I still have this Persona display in the background, so apparently they're okay with that. Sometimes I accidentally pray to Neo instead of the Lord because of the similarities. Oh, shit. I appreciate that, brother, but I am just a humble child of God. Don't compare me to him and his glory. Yes, that's his favorite movie, Daddy's Home 2. Or are you basically Kirk Cameron, the YouTuber? I don't know, maybe. Yo, so this man Gore has got both the Take Your Heart Premium Edition of Vanilla Persona 5 and the Phantom Thieves Edition of Persona 5 Royal, and this man hasn't played either. What? Are you serious? Gore, really? Oh, God. Y'all are killing me, bro. Y'all too funny, man. Nah, but that is your favorite movie, though, bro. That is your favorite movie. Daddy's Home 2? Dude, I'm hella dumb. I just realized Neo from The Matrix is named that because he's the one. Yup. Neo, have you always been Christian, or are you starting to really focus, or are you just becoming Christian? Well, I mean, here's the thing. Growing up, my parents never really enforced religion on us, but we still did the whole Americanized version of religion. So, we celebrated Christmas, we celebrated Easter and all those things, but we never really attached ourselves to the religious side of it. And which is why for the longest time, I've never really classified myself as such, because I never really went to church like that. In my early 20s, I did dabble with religion. I got into Christianity because that's where a lot of my beliefs tend to fall. I read the whole Bible. I went to studying sessions and all that stuff with a church that my friend attended, and it was a really eye-opening experience. But I wouldn't really call myself a Christian. I just have Christian leanings. But at the same time, I have the utmost respect for every single religion out there. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, to me, I don't care what God you pray to at night. I don't. You just got to be a good fucking human being. That's all I care about, because I have met some of the most bigoted people out there who were Christian, who were Muslim, who were Jewish. Like, it's just like, it doesn't dawn on people like, just because you are of a religion, that doesn't inherently mean you are a better person. Hell no. Look at history. Like, look at all the crazy shit that happened. Look at the Crusades. Like, hell no. Just be a good person, man. That's it. Christian leanings. That's a good name for the podcast. I'm dead. Oh. Do you think Cyberpunk is going to be better or worse than Watch Dogs? Oh, Watch Dogs, the bar is already set so low, so there's no way in the world that Cyberpunk will be any worse. No. Except Scientologists, fuck them. Shots fired. I don't think I've met a Scientologist. I haven't either, but I've seen people out there who are. Do you think there will be a Gravity Rush 3? Well, everybody involved with Gravity Rush wants to make a third game, so I think it's possible. It just all depends on how good Gravity Rush 2 did and if the money that they spent on that can warrant a sequel. Because Gravity Rush, the budget they put into that game is not the same as God of War at all. It appeals to a smaller niche audience, like same thing Medieval did. So if they can keep the budget in check and they can go ahead and give us a Gravity Rush 3, that of course it's not going to be a next-gen experience. It's not going to be a marquee title like that. I think there is a market for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really need to look at the AA video game market. That's a market that's, for the most part, evaporated. Either it's indie games or AAA studios. I mean, we're seeing some studios come out there and publish AA tier games, which I do love. But again, people are just so critical and harsh on those games because they launch at the same price as a AAA title. So if they have to choose between The Witcher 3 at $60 or what was that game? The Technomancer. I think that was another AA game. At $60, they're going to choose The Witcher 3. And Technomancer, while it'll have its fans and people who appreciate it for what it is, it's just not on the same level, you know? I love your vids. Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support, y'all. Thank you, thank you. Did PlayStation also send you a PlayStation 5 early unit? No, they did not, guys. Contrary to popular belief, just because I was good at lying about the Series X, that doesn't mean I'm doing the same thing for the PS5. PlayStation has not contacted me whatsoever to talk about the PS5. They are very specific about who they send out the consoles to, and if I'm being real, I'm probably outside of the review unit period of things. So I'll be talking about the PlayStation 5 when I get the PlayStation 5 in a few weeks. Which isn't even a few weeks anymore. It's like, what, 2 weeks? Less than that? Comes out, when does the PlayStation 5 come out? The 12th? Or is it the 13th? Either way, it's next week. You guys, which is awesome. $2 super chat from T-Mac. Can we have a lesson on the arts of backblowing? Yo, listen, this is a Christian YouTube channel, sir. The only lessons that we are going to be learning are from scripture, sir. Neo, when can I expect an Xbox One X versus Series X comparison video for the Duck Dynasty game? Yo, is Duck Dynasty on Game Pass, though, Gore? That's when I'm going to do the testing for it, man. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. No worries. I'm back. It was Duck Dynasty. Duck Dynasty killed the stream. But no, in honesty, okay, so it wasn't my computer this time. It was OBS. OBS just decided to close for whatever reason. Like, it just literally decided to close. I don't know what's going on with this shit, y'all. Can y'all stop saying refund for a stream you didn't pay for? Oh, golly. It was either Duck Dynasty or the fact that we mentioned something about PS5 stick drift. Oh, God. But yeah, you know what he's saying. He says, hit that like button or the stick will drift. Guess who's back? Hey, back again. OBS does that sometimes. It sucks. Yeah, unfortunately. Yo, so I got a story to tell y'all. Y'all ready for story time? So we're gonna shift away from gaming for a little bit. Your PC needs a blunt. Yo, it probably does, Chuck. It's just like, man, I'm tired of this shit. Yo, I got a story. The demo for Hyrule Warriors crashed. Everything is crashing today on Monday. What is going on? Oh, and shout out to the lotion in the back over there. Because, yo, every single video I do, someone says, yo, why he got lotion in the background? Like, first off, I'm black. I don't want to be ashy. Got lotion for that reason. That's right. And this is a Christian YouTube channel. So whatever y'all think about that lotion. I only hydrate my skin. Shout out to the lotion. That's Cetaphil. I love Cetaphil. I'm very particular about my lotions. Because sometimes they break me out. Other times they don't hydrate enough. Cetaphil is GOAT. I get the 3-pack from Costco. It's a good deal, man. Shout out to Cetaphil. No Nut November failed. Listen, I failed No Nut November because I didn't know that no nut meant just no nut, period. I thought you could still have sex and bust a nut, you know? But apparently that's just, you know, Yeah, that's right. You got to keep the skin moist. The tissue is somewhere under his bed. Oh, God. Why would I keep a tissue under my bed? This is a Christian YouTube channel. This man got his PC stressing watching him play that Series X. Yo, honestly, Team Mac, that's probably what it is. It's just like, am I a joke to you? I've had SSDs since 2012. If sex is so good, why is there no sex 2? That's just like PC. If PC gaming is so great, where's the sequel? Where is it? The question needs answers. Oh, you know what I'm going to start doing? You know what I'm going to start doing in all my videos? I'm going to leave a box of Kleenex back there. I'm going to leave the box of Kleenex and the lotion since y'all already think this shit. I'm going to leave it there. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit up Xbox and be like, yo, send me an Xbox branded box of lotion. Send me a box that looks like the Series X, but it has tissue coming up from the top. Oh, man. Neo, don't. Yo, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it to him, Danix. You got to embrace it. Xbox Series X or back blowing, which is better? Xbox Series X or sex? Well, technically, you can get sex from the Xbox Series X because it has SEX. But if I'm being real, yo, I'm going to choose an Xbox. I'm going to choose a PlayStation over. Listen, sex is cool and everything, but it's just a fleeting moment. Xbox is forever. That's all I got to say. Like, man, listen, all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is that I handle my business and then I press the button. Beep. Xbox turned on. Like, you just got to keep shit moving, y'all. But remember, this is a Christian YouTube channel. Listen, guys, this is a Christian YouTube channel. Like, all of my niggas over here have the Bible. Everyone pull out your Bible right now. I'm going to go get my Bible, which is right there in the drawer. We're going to read. How do we even start this? I don't even know. We're terrible people. Neo, what did you think of Ed and Eddie's Big Picture Show? I actually liked the movie. It took me a long time to watch it because I think I remember that movie was in other countries way before it hit the US for whatever reason. But yeah, man, it was good. Phil Spencer is hiding the Series S in the background. Neo is hiding lotion and tissues. Is it really hiding if it's in plain sight, though? You know? Let y'all think about. I'll let y'all think on that. Oh, you have the Bible too? Damn. This man really has the Bible too. Did you get Watch Dogs? Yes, I got Watch Dogs sent to me. It's gameplay is cool. Everything else is not. Neo, what do you think about people that make fun of Xbox players for wanting more Japanese games? In Mexico, almost everyone is a weeb and has an Xbox, so I know I'm not alone. Dude, Xbox needs more Japanese support, which is why I'm glad that Phil Spencer is highlighting it. Like Yakuza coming to Xbox. They brought over 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, and they have the marketing deal for Yakuza 7. It's going to be launching it's next gen exclusive on Xbox with the PS5 version coming out early 2021. But I think more Japanese games on Xbox the better because that's how you grow the audience. There's tons of people I know, like Atlanta, for example. Atlanta, you know, because me, Atlanta, Burnt Easy, we communicate on the daily. He was out at the store and he saw a Funko Pop of Fox Yusuke from Persona 5. Right? And he's like, yo, this game looks so dope. I wish it was on Xbox. Like, there's tons of gamers on Xbox who want Japanese games. But unfortunately, Xbox gamers didn't support it like that last generation. So, you know, the Japanese gamers went elsewhere, which, you know, makes sense. Well, not Japanese gamers. The Japanese developers went elsewhere. And that's why the support kind of dried up for everything but, like, the big companies. Your Square Enixes, your Capcoms, those people who were going to put those games like Resident Evil on the system anyway. But for the smaller niche titles, they're just PC, Switch, and now PC, ironically. So I would love for Xbox to get that love. It just comes down to us supporting it. We've got to get out there and say, yo, if we want these games, we got to go out there and support it. So even if you're going to play it on Game Pass, download Dragon Quest XI's, play it, get their numbers and all the metrics that they use to judge it. Boost that stuff up because that's where they see the numbers. If they see that a lot of Xbox gamers are supporting these Japanese titles, Phil Spencer's going to go out there and he's going to make some more deals. You know, whether that means bringing the game to the console and then bringing it to Game Pass too remains to be seen. But if you do not support your games, you are not going to get anything. Like, for example, the best example I can give, right? The Persona series, okay? Persona. This franchise, like, the sheer fact that with every single new mainline release of Persona, the localization times get shorter and shorter, and in some cases, the success of this franchise influences other things. With the launch of Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is the next game in the Shin Megami Tensei series, that game is going to have a spontaneous worldwide release. Bro, if you were to tell, like, if you were a Japanese RPG fan, you're used to waiting like 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years to get games localized. But the fact that they confirmed that as a simultaneous worldwide release, that's powerful. And that only comes from supporting your games. Because that's all it is. We can sit on here, we can whine, bitch, moan, and complain that, oh, they didn't bring this game over, blah, blah, blah. But did you go out there and support it day one? No. Like, Fire Emblem was on the verge of cancellation had Awakening not come out and been a smash success. Like, people just forget this. Like, these developers, they need their games to sell so they can make money. And we have to support them provided they're good. And since that game was a big success, they were able to do Fates, blech. They were able to do the Shadows remake. And they were able to put out Fire Emblem Three Houses, which a lot of people say is arguably one of the best entries. And it's a perfect jumping on point for newcomers. And then look at all the representation in Smash Brothers as well. You know, Yakuza, for example. We went from only getting the games every now and then to Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, Judgment, Yakuza Like a Dragon, the Remaster Collection. All those games coming out with, like, what, in the span of 3.5 years? Less than 4 years. Less than a generation. Fan support is critical and crucial for these games to be a success. And yes, shout out to Cetaphil, because it is great. Cetaphil is awesome. Yo, exactly. Persona 5 being nominated in the Game of the Year awards. Like, what? I mean, listen, I understand Fate has got its fans, Gore, but to me, like, Fates doesn't have its own identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to ape too much stuff from Awakening that made sense in the context of Awakening, and then you bring it to Fates, it's like, why are you doing this? Oh, because it was a popular mechanic and it worked. I just didn't like a lot of the stuff they did. You had 3 separate versions of the game. I thought that was dumb. You know, it's, ugh. Oh, snap, the homie Colin coming through with the $27.99 Canadian super chat. Do you get annoyed by people who are anti-mask, undermine the severity of COVID, and just refuse to follow the rules? I can tell you that COVID is getting worse up here in Canada, mostly due to these factors. Well, again, Colin, thank you so much for your continued support, brother. And yeah, I mean, me, myself, and I, like, when all this stuff first started happening back in March, I was very much so like, all right, I got to wear a mask. I got to wash my hands. Don't touch my face. Cool. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead. And I was just so surprised that some people are like legitimately making it the hill to die on, which I find is so strange. But remember, this is America, where people always say, you know, if it doesn't affect me personally, then I don't care. That's basically what people have turned this whole situation into. Instead of just being that person who's like, okay, well, just wear the mask, wash your hands, stay apart, they make it out into something bigger than what it is. But again, that's the reason why our states, our country is in the state that is in by comparison to other countries in the world, which a lot of them have gotten their shit together. Why? Because they realize, like, hey, this is what we need to do. Let's all collectively get together and do this. And then some people are just like, nah, son, I disagree with that. But yeah, it's a shame, you know, but it's not surprising because you're always going to have people that are like this. It's just in America, we have a lot of people who make this their personality trait. All right, Neo, I can't stay. Just wanted to say I always appreciate your vids. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for that, Alex. You have yourself a great night or morning or afternoon, wherever you may live. Thank you for the support. Are you looking forward to Bright Memory Infinite? I have not looked up that game whatsoever, so I can't say. I'm not at liberty to say. But I know they're doing some type of like paid demo for the game or whatever. It's like an hour of gameplay or something. I'll just wait for the game to come out, to be honest. Who would you rescue from an accident? Your mom or dad? I know, hard question. My personal situation, my mother. Like, I didn't even flinch with that. Yo, take it easy, Jason. You have a good one, brother. I'll speak to you later, man. Exactly, Jose. Yeah, I was thinking story time, but I had to get through Colin's super chat. So, guys, we're gonna go into a story time right now. Damn, how many mods left? Yeah, Jason left. I think we still have Danix. Fostings might be lurking. I'm not sure. I think Fostings left. Fostings, if you're here, what up? We have Dimwit Monkey, and we have Daniel. So we have a few. We have a good amount, but I could have sworn I made you a moderator, Atlanta, but I guess not. Atlanta's a moderator now. I'm going to do the same thing for Asbel as well. I could have sworn I made y'all mods before, but I guess not. Alrighty, so story time. Here for the long run, brother. Oh, shit. Dimwit Monkey is like, I'm with you till the end of the line. That's still one of the saddest quotes in the MCU, man. So finish it. I'm with you till the end of the line. Oh, God. I love that movie, bro. Love that movie. Okay. So, story time. Story time. This is not going to be related to gaming whatsoever. So, I know people are going to come in saying, what about the Series X, bro? I'm like, yo, trust me. We'll get there. Alrighty. Okay, take it easy, SJ. Have a good one, brother. Thank you for coming. Okay, so story time. Just to give y'all a little... I mean, this story might incriminate me a little bit depending on who's watching, but at the same time, you know, I don't be giving a fuck around these streets. So, y'all might recall a few weeks back, I was talking about... okay, so rewind a second since we have a lot of people here who haven't watched the stream. Up until July of this year, I was in a two-year and change relationship, right? I ended that relationship in July for a lot of reasons, just basically boiling down to personal space issues and the whole constant, oh, it's not a problem at this time until it becomes a problem later, and just too much wishy-washy stuff, right? Ended that relationship in July. I gave myself all of August, half of September to really just mentally get through that, because even though I was the one who did the breaking up, it's still rough on you, because you think about the time that you spend in the relationship and just everything that's there, you know, and 2 years is a long time, you know, 2 years to be committed to one person. That's insane. You know, obviously there's going to be a lot of married people in here saying, man, I've been married for 12 years. What are you talking about? But, back in August, I wanted to just like get myself out there again. So I started to communicate and hit up, you know, just a bunch of, that's when you started popping. I just started to communicate and hit up just, you know, a bunch of like women who I know in my life just to hang out, nothing too crazy, right? So I hit this girl up in early August. NGS after a sip of Canada Dry, untucked LeBron Game 7. Yo, Canada Dry do be giving you powers, bro, but I'm not drinking no soda. I'm just drinking salsa right now. Y'all know me. Take it easy, my nation. You have a good one, bro. So I hit this chick up in August. And mind you, this girl is someone who I low-key had a crush on like 7 years ago. We actually both worked together. No, I didn't get anybody pregnant. My pullout game is immaculate. So I had a crush on her like 7 years ago when we both worked together. But back then, 7 years ago, I just didn't really even know how to talk to women like that. I was basically the nice guy. I was overthinking a lot of things when I really should have listened to my gut and go forward with it. And, you know, that's costed me a lot of relationships back then. But, you know, we always kept in touch, in contact or whatever. She would always like turn into a star boy in July. I'm done, yo. Listen, I'm just trying to live my life, y'all. So, you know, I would always like contact with her saying, hey, you want to hang out at some point? Maybe get a drink or two. And she's just like, okay, I'll let you know. Which I am going to break some news here for people. If a girl ever says, I let you know, there's a 99.99999% chance that she wants to say no, but she just can't handle your reaction to her saying no. That's literally what it means. So basically, I hit her up early August saying, hey, you want to grab a drink sometime? And she's like, yeah, I'll let you know. The second she said that, I was like, dub, move on, right? That's my thought process. If you can't give me a yes or a no answer and you have to say, let me know, I already know you're not interested. Because if you were interested, you would give me an answer. So I just said, all right, moving on, whatever. I'm not like one of those people saying, oh, but you're hanging out with other people, like that beta male cuck shit. So fast forward to October, right? Fast forward to October. I'm just chilling, minding my own business. I post I actually didn't post anything. I replied to one of her stories because she was at this spot. She was eating food somewhere. And you know me, I'm a big foodie. You know, I work out just so I can eat things and not be as fat as I normally would. So I saw, like, she's also a foodie as well. I saw she was at this dope spot. I was just like, yo, that's a dope spot. Drop the location. Where is it? Because I was genuinely interested for my fat ass self. I wanted to see what this was about. And she tells me where it is. I said, cool, bet. And that's all I wanted from the conversation. I go off. I do my business. I checked she replied. She was just like, so when are we getting drinks? And I'm just like, did I ask her to get drinks today and forget or whatever? This chick hits me up a whole 2 months later saying, hey, you want to get drinks? 2 months later. 2 months later, man. Right? She says this, and I'm just, at that point, I'm like, okay, so I humor it, right? I'm just like, oh, drinks, what you talking about? He's like, yeah, I remember you wanted to get drinks at some point. And I said, yeah, that was like 2 months ago, you know, and you never really gave me a response. And she's like, oh, you should have reminded me. Red flag number one. No, I should not have, because we are both grown-ass adults. We both work full-time. We've got a lot of things that we like to do. If you're going to make time for somebody, you better make time for somebody. That's it. That's all I say. Right? And she suddenly, yeah, exactly, Stu. She just remembered out of nowhere. So I humored for a little bit. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm down to get drinks. I ask her, when are you free? She says, well, since I started this new job, I'm free on the weekends. That's a dub for me. Because as y'all know, I work in the restaurant industry. Weekends, evenings, that's where the money is. And if I'm just being real, I am not going to take off a day where I can make $150, $200 in a 5-hour shift to go take a girl out and pay $150. I'm just being real. Like, I've got better things to do than that. Okay? Know your worth, gentlemen. Know your worth. Don't just jump at any opportune chance just because she says that. So I tell her, weekends, they're not. Marcus, brother, I know you're asking questions about the Series X. We're not talking about the Series X right now. We're doing a story time. But yeah, so weekends don't work for me. If I was to take off from a weekend, I have to put it in the book like 2 weeks in advance. So she hits me up like early August. Realistically, it wouldn't be till mid-August where we can hang out, because I'm not going to call out from work. I'm not going to waste my call outs on a date that may or may not go according to plan. You know what I'm saying? Right? And there's a reason why I'm so glad I didn't. I'll tell you why. Okay? So I hit her with, yo, is there any time during the week where we can hang out? You know what I'm saying? Because for me right now, my situation, I'm free most weeknights when I'm not, live streaming or working on videos or, at the other job. So she's like, oh no, I can't really do weekdays because I get out really late, like 8:30. I said, damn, that's kind of a dub because weekdays work best for me. And she's like, oh no, that sucks. And then I ask her, so how late do you get out again? She's like, okay, 8:30. I said, yo, we can hit up Yard House because Yard House don't be closed until like 11:30. And she's just like, oh yeah, we could definitely do that. I love Yard House. I said, bet, I'll pick you up on this date. We'll go there. Mind you, I didn't even give her an opportunity to confirm. I just said, yo, listen, we're going to be hanging out on this date during the weekday when you get off of work at 8:30. Period. Point blank. That's it. That's my offer. And she was just like, okay, cool. Now let's examine what I just did in that scenario. I didn't yield at all. I didn't say, oh, too bad, so sad. I didn't go ahead and restructure my whole schedule around her. Why? Because the second you flinch and you give away that power to someone, and I'm not making this out to be a woman thing, but just anyone who you're talking to, they will seriously abuse the living shit out of that. And it's very important because I will stress to you why. So we confirmed this date for Wednesday, right? Confirm this date for Wednesday. We're going to be hanging out at 8:30. I was going to pick her up from work. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So I put that in my calendar because when you get old and you have a lot of stuff going on, you end up really using your calendars, whether it's a physical calendar or digital. You write down important dates so you just don't forget it. So we're getting closer and closer to the date. I'm not talking to her at all because I have better things to do in my life than talk about a girl who, for the majority of the time, she's always curved me. I'm like, no, whatever. That's fine. So we're getting close to the day, right? Wednesday morning, I get a text message from her. And I already know. Something was telling me, yo, she's going to flake. I have a feeling. And so I get a message. It was like, I think at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, I'm usually up pretty early. And in the message, because I got, like, you know how the phone has like notifications and you can see a glimpse of things. Like, here's a who am I texting right now? My coworker from work, Black Bond, and then my sister. So she sends me this message and she was just like, hey, I hate to be that person. And right then and there, I was like, red flag number 3, strike 3, you out. She says, I'm not really feeling well. Is there any possibility we could reschedule the date? Now, mind you, if she really wasn't feeling well, okay, that's fine. I totally get that because sometimes we just get sick and it happens. Okay, fine. But it's what comes after that, which just sent my bullshit radar going into overdrive. Yeah, that's this is the OnePlus 7 Pro, man. I love this thing. She follows up saying, you know, I don't really feel any good, and given the situation of the world right now, I think it's better to be safe than sorry that we don't hang out. Given the situation in the world right now. Now, mind you, she's the one who agreed to hang out and have drinks with me. She already agreed to this. If she was worried about COVID, she would have said, no, I don't want to hang out right now due to my own personal constitutions. Of course, I would totally honor that. That's fine. But when you go ahead and agree to something and then you back out the morning of, and she's also been going out there and having brunch and going to these restaurants and doing things that aren't COVID approved. Like I always say, y'all, know your worth. Never yield. Do not flinch, because y'all want to know what would have happened? Imagine this happened on a Saturday where I had taken off work. That's a day that I'm not getting back. And yet she still would have flaked. This is why I always tell y'all, do not stress about people who don't care about you, because if she was genuine about all of this, she would have been like, hey, listen, I know I flaked on you here, but let's reschedule. Here's the next available time I'm free. And you know what? Drinks are on me. That's what I do. Whenever I flake on something, like perfect example. And Jason is here. He can back this up because Jason's my homie. He's one of my best friends. When Jason and I made plans to go see Star Wars Rise of Skywalker in the city, right? We had set our plans for 7 p.m. We didn't get seated at the restaurant to eat our food until like 6. So obviously we were going to miss that movie. We didn't end up seeing Star Wars. We ended up watching Spies of Disguise. And Jason kind of ended up losing his ticket because there was a fuck up at AMC. But you know what I did? I went ahead and I gave this man the money for the ticket. Because technically that was my fault, because we were all eating and we were waiting for one of my friends to come through and hang out. So I'm not going to let Jason be that person who gets stiffed with this ticket and he can't transfer it over. So I bought his ticket for him. That's what you do in these scenarios. If you know you're fucking up, you go ahead and you make things right for the people who matter to you. Okay? But in this generation, it's all about say whatever you want, no responsibilities. And here's the thing, guys. I'm not angry about this whatsoever. And I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Because I saw that message at 8 a.m. I left her on red and I went about my day. I went to the gym. I hit a new PR. I was killing it all day, man. Like I did not let that bring me down, which is what y'all need to do. That's literally what I'm telling y'all. Do not flinch. Don't yield. If that happens to you, just keep on, player, move on. And she's still lurking all my posts. Like, she doesn't like my posts, but she be watching the stories, bro. That's it, bro. Oh, what did I PR on? Oh, I PR'd on overhead press, which is something I am so fucking ecstatic because that's my weakest lift right now. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, that's the story I want to share with y'all. Like, if this was 18-year-old Neo, I would definitely be bummed out. I would be like, yo, what did I do wrong? Why did she want to flake out on me last minute? But then you realize when you are like alpha male strategy says, when you about your purpose and you about your passion and you know what you're doing is getting you places in life, you're building bridges, you're building connections, you're making an impact in the world, you don't worry about what the flakes say because they're going to say what they wanted to say, whatever, regardless of what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Listen, like, I understand, like, you know, as I am about this gym stuff and, you know, I start looking better, start getting bigger, leaner. And then as the YouTube social media presence grows, the people who didn't fuck with me 10 years ago are trying to fuck with me now. The only difference is I don't fuck with those people from 10 years ago because I know better. And that's what y'all need to do. If y'all take anything away from this, do not stress about the people who ain't going to give you the time of day. Don't show empathy for people who weren't going to give the empathy to you when you were going through shit. That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do. Neo giving a goddamn sermon. Listen. I told y'all, we about this gaming stuff. We about all of this. We love our baby Yoda, right? But at the end of the day, I have other interests outside of this. You know, the Church of Neo. School don't prepare us for real life. Neo does. Listen, I'm saying in school, everyone's about, oh, just be kind. Treat people how you want to be treated. Bitch, no. You got to treat people how they deserve to be treated. That's it. You don't just got to kill them with kindness. Oh, hell no. That's a waste of your kindness. You just do what you got to do. And if people react and they don't respond, whatever, cool, move. Imagine she's watching this right now. Yo, if she's watching, listen. These streams is public. I'm not ashamed of anything I want to say. So if this incriminates me and she blocks me, so what? So what, bro? Like, there are plenty of other backs that need to be blown out in this life. I am not going to lose sleep over one. And that's it. Neo for TED Talks. Yo, we would get that 18 plus TED Talk, bro. Things that are inevitable. Death, taxes, and Neo spitting fire. See, this is why I fuck with y'all. Y'all are so funny. Oh, by the way, for those people who are asking, this is actually my old PC right over here. I'm in the process of transferring stuff over to my new one, which is why, like, half of it is open right now. Oh, God. I just started going to the gym more, but I need some suggestions on protein and pre-workout that could help because I'm trying to gain more weight because I'm skinny. You have any? Yes, here are my tips, Brax. Don't worry so much about supplements. Supplements are not this mystical thing that is going to turn you from like 5'10", 130 to 6'4", 220. That shit is not what it's all about. If you want to focus on growing, eat a lot of healthy food, be consistent with your food and your workouts. You know, if you're giving it all in the gym, you got to give it your all outside of the gym because you're only in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. What are you doing in the other 22 hours? Are you sleeping good? Are you getting your 6 to 10 hours? If you're not, your gains are going to suffer. Are you making sure you're eating enough to support your goals? A lot of people, when they're in the gym, they always think they have to eat less. But if you're trying to grow, you have to eat more. I'm not saying you got to stuff yourself with Pop-Tarts, Ho-Hos, Twinkies, and all that. But you have to eat more to grow. And when you're in the gym, you got to make sure you're actually training with intensity. Not playing, as Jason Blaha says, not playing leapfrog and grab ass, you know, like bullshit stuff. If it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. Some of the best gains I've made have been when I'm sucking wind, I'm on the verge of tears. Sometimes I've even thrown up because it's so intense, but that's the beauty of it because I know that's the work being put in and you love it. Oh, and also drink your water, by the way. If y'all are watching this stream right now, we're going to be doing a water chug. Just so I know, at least for one brief instance of the day, y'all are going to be getting some agua in. So we're going to take some time. Y'all go ahead and get some water. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. I'm drinking seltzer water right now. If you want to drink mineral water, tap water. If you want to put some vodka in your water. I mean, I don't know about the health benefits of that, but might help you enjoy the stream. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Snorlax. I did not do the stream last time, so we're going to do a water chug, y'all. Y'all get the water. Yo, this man, I got some fireball over there in that corner, folks, things. So I'm going to just wait a little while for y'all to come through. Balance all your meals. Chicken is really good. Eat good food, not frozen pizzas. Exactly. Focus on the quantity of the food. Focus on the quality of the food rather than specifically the quantity. Because quantity is going to matter. But if the quantity is all shit, you're going to get shit. Save my water just for this. All right. Yo, that's what's up, Bree. We love to see that, man. We love to see that. You know, just drink your water and that shit will do wonders, bro. This man Joaquin said toilet water. Hey, listen, if you want to go ahead and put your head in that toilet, bro, I mean, by all means, man. It wouldn't be your first time. All right, y'all. Here we go. We're going to chug some water, y'all. Ready? Everybody ready for this shit? I want to see y'all water chug. And if you're water chugging, send me a video on Instagram just so I know y'all did it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, chug. Hydration. Well, hold up. It's carbonated water. Y'all know what's coming next. I'm not trying to do this to be gross, but you know it just happens. Didn't happen. Huh. Like I felt a burp coming, but no, I guess not. ASMR facts. Yeah, that's right. Stay hydrated in these streets. Bath water. Oh, Jesus, why? Chugged a 33-ounce bottle. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hydrate or dihydrate. This man said hydrate or dihydrate. I love it. I love it. Anyone else just take a sip? Oh, I'm sure people did, Randy. I'm sure they did. This is a hydration checks. Yo, Peter's killing me. He's like, fireball chug next. Let's go. Yo, we gonna die, my nigga. Okay, I will say this much, though. One time, I did chug. Okay, for my drinkers out there, do y'all ever get really messed up off of one drink and just the smell of that drink, that liquor or that beer, whatever it is, just makes you feel like, oh, wait, here come the burp. All right, that's a burp. There we go. It was like really contemplating whether or not it was actually going to come out. It's like, is it? There it goes. That's how you know we chugged. At least chugged carbonated water. But, yo, so, bro, I remember one time, I love this story so much. Jamal Tundix isn't here, so we can't say. But one time, it was 6 years ago. It was me, Jamal, a bunch of my boys from the UK. We was all chilling. We was all just drinking, having fun, bullshitting. And, like, we were all just taking shots. Like, just randomly, like, yo, what do you got to drink? And I said, the only thing I had at the time was this bottle of Jim Beam Kentucky Fire, which is like really like not hot liquor, but it's like spicy, similar to Fireball. It's a better version of Fireball, right? So, oh, greetings from South Africa. Oh, appreciate it, Horizon. Thank you. And before I forget, Peter sent us a $2 super chat. Sorry for the delay, Peter. Thank you so much for the support. Phil Spencer finna intercept my PS5 order on the 12th. Yo, could you just imagine Phil Spencer is just like sitting, like from Fallout New Vegas, he's sitting in that giant dinosaur, just sitting there, just scoping out the UPS trucks. Oh, there's about 5 PS5s in that one. Took out all the wheels. But, yo, so it was like 6 years ago. I was like, yo, I got this bottle of Jim Beam. And first I started taking shots. And then afterwards, I just started taking the bottle and taking hits, man. And that's dangerous. That is dangerous. And then, bro, I got stupid drunk that night. And it was like that type of drunk where you start making the dumb decisions. Like, it was me and Jamal. We was fucked up beyond belief. And I was like, Yo, bro. You know what we need to do right now? What, bruh? I said, we got to record a video talking about Nintendo. We were just going to talk about Nintendo for some dumb reason. So, turn on our cameras and record it. It's just like, yo, we don't have this discussion about Nintendo right now. Mind you, in our minds, we sounded completely sober as hell. I thought I was like giving like a speech worthy of the Nobel Peace Prize. That's how crazy it was. right? And then I remember, because I was recording with Jamal, he was on Skype. He paused. He was like mid-sentence, and he said, "I'm gonna be right back." And I said, "Okay, cool." And I tried to fill time by talking about some stuff. And then I just stopped talking. And I tried standing up, and oh, wow. The world would not stop spinning. The world turned upside down. Like, that's how crazy it was. And then I was like, okay, I am fucked up. I don't feel well. And I got about 30 seconds before something comes up. So I ran to the background. Well, the bathroom. I ran to the bathroom, and bro, when I said hugging that toilet, I have never hugged a toilet as much as I did that day. Bro, I was sitting at that toilet from I think 2 a.m. until like 4 a.m. Of course, I went back and forth. I kept waking up to throw up. And then I remember the next day, it was like the worst morning I ever had, because I woke up, and this is the first time I ever had like a hangover. I woke up and I was like, you ever just wake up, you're like, fuck, bro, what did I do last night? And then I woke up, and then I hear this banging on the door. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Because at the time, our doorbell system was fucked up, so you had to knock. So I was like, yo, who the fuck is knocking at 9:43 in the morning? And I go downstairs, I open the door, and it's my homie Trent. And then he's like, yo, Chris, I'm here with the dog, bro. And I was like, oh, shit, I was supposed to dog sit this dog. And I was like, all right, Trent. Like, I was trying not to show that I was all really fucked up and I had a rough night. And I was like, Trent, cool, man. Just give me the dog. Just give me the dog, bro. And he's like, oh, no, the dog's not here. And I said, what? What do you mean the dog is not here? Nah, Chad is bringing it over. You know, he's going to get the kennel. He's going to get all the food and everything. And in my mind, I was thinking, why did you knock on the door if you aren't dog? Why did you knock off the door if you aren't dropping off the dog? Why? But I couldn't say that. So I was just sitting there trying not to look at the sun that was just blaring in my eyes. And my homie Trent, you know, Trent, one of my best friends, he was trying to start a conversation with me. And I was like, I'm not in the mood for this right now, bro. Just get that fucking dog over here now. And then they brought the dog a couple minutes later. And then I just brought the dog inside. Bro, I just went back to bed. Bro, you know what the worst part is? I didn't even come back to my room. I went upstairs and I slept on my mom's, like, because in her room she's got she has her main master bed, and then she has a couple of couches there. I just slept on that couch, bro, because I just couldn't be in my room because it still smelled like Jim B. I was like, nah, bro, I just gotta sit down here for a few hours. Went to bed, woke up like 30 minutes before I was supposed to be at work, went to work, and I felt better. But after that, I swore off Jim Beam and any type of like cinnamon liqueur for at least a good 2 years, man. I was like, no, man. This is not for me. But yeah, that was just one of those times, man. One of those times. Oh, but yeah, that's that story. That is that story right then and there. Let's see. Shout out to the 160 people watching. Y'all are freaking dope. Y'all are freaking dope. Neo was giving a sermon on cutting toxic people out of your life, Colin. Yeah, Colin, we were talking about a lot of things, man. Let's see. Burnt Easy says that's why I'm not gonna drink. Oh, I got the homie to send me the water chug on Twitter. Hey. Oh, he was drinking the cold water. See, that's the thing. When you do the water chug, you want to chug room temperature water. That's a trick to it. I love cold water as much as the next guy, but that's a trick to it. Y'all are wild. Oh, snap. I got a dope-ass message from somebody who's... I don't know if he's still watching the stream right now, but he sent it to me about 45 minutes ago. He said, hey, Neo, I'm currently watching your stream, and I just want to say I'm so happy that you got the Xbox Series X. I feel like you deserve it for the hard work that you put into your videos, and you make amazing videos as well. I hope you continue to make those great videos, too, and I can't wait until I get my Series X as well. That is so awesome, y'all. That's coming from Gang M Gang right there. Bro, that is dope. No, man, listen, I am nothing without you guys. Like, it means the world to me that a bunch of other random people online, we all have similar interests, and we can just come here on a random Monday evening and congregate and have fun and do water chugs and talk about blowing people's backs out and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Like, seriously, it means the world to me that y'all like this stuff. Seriously. And that's why I always say, y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with y'all, man. It's all love around here. Hey, show us the Series X right now. Well, the Series X is plugged into my entertainment setup, so I'm not going to go ahead and unplug all the wires. But, I mean, I got the controller right here if you want to check it out. As you can see, it's got the share button right then and there. It's got the little, well, you can't really see it on the camera. Well, actually, it did kind of focus, but I turned off autofocusing, so you can't. But it's got the little, the textured triggers, textured grips. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to all of y'all. Where y'all watching? You know, I see someone said love from Brooklyn. Hey, shout out to Brooklyn. I got a lot of people who live in NYC, which is dope. Which is why I really want to do that meetup. Because I think if we do a meetup, we can actually rent out a whole venue. You know, cater that shit and everything. That'd be dope. But in the world of COVID, of course, those things get pushed to the wayside. Well, not pushed to the wayside, but just put it on the back burner for like a good year or two. Oh, see, we got ATL, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, North Carolina, the Bay Area. Love from the moon. Dang, this man. We over here talking about next-gen consoles. This man has a next-gen house on the moon. Oh, my Lord. Do the textured triggers feel slightly better on the new controller? Yes, they do, but don't tell anyone I told you that. Still under embargo, but I'm letting a couple of little things eke out. I'm not being too descriptive, though. Naboo. Oh, of course, Jar Jar, of course. Texas. We got 2 people from Texas. Nice. Northern Ireland. Homie, I'd love to do a meetup, but I'm hours under you. Yo, bro. Like I said, I have family down in ATL. You know, they don't live in Georgia, but they live all over the place. Like, they're all different directions. Like, they're all like 45 minutes apart from each other, whether it's the north, south, east, or west. Oh, Bronx. Love from the Pacific Ocean. All right, Colin. You going swimming there, bro? All right. Toronto. Nice. London, LA. Phil wants to know your location. Well, Phil follows me, so he just got to message me, man. Might be Augusta. You know, one of them lives in, well, he moved there not too long ago, in the past year or 2, 3 years maybe. Smellville, one of them lives there. The other one, they got like some names I don't even recall. If I check my GPS, I can find them. Long Island, unfortunately. Damn, Long Island. Ooh. J Mac, what's up, Neo? At work, trying to save up for the Series S. Hey, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the support at work. And yo, man, just keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. Save those dollar bills. Get that new console. Love from the Mariana Trench. There we go. We should do a Zoom call meetup. That would be dope. I started doing, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but I started doing community game nights. Like, we streamed Among Us, not last Thursday, but the Thursday prior, and that was a lot of fun. Like, holy shit. It was actually really hilarious. The real question is, do you actually have a 4K 120 hertz TV or monitor? Yes, I do. I actually bought it about a month ago. I got the Sony X900H, which they just released the update that makes it so 2 of the ports do 4K 120 hertz, which is dope. But I might return this TV and get myself the LG CX because it's on sale for $1,300. And even though I'm going down from 65 inch to 55 inch, I think the picture quality will more than make up for it because that thing is just so beautiful. So beautiful. We have some weird ass names here. There's literally a city, and yes, it's spelled like this. Cumming. Hey, yo, Cumming? Could you imagine where you from? I'm from Cumming. What? Bro, that's wild. You know there's gonna be some type of rapper who gonna incorporate that shit into a song. Oh God. Hey Neo, wanted to ask if you need the Xbox app to access the console, or can you access it just like that offline? Are you talking about you need the Xbox app to do your startup process? I didn't see anything. You could set it up normally. I just prefer to do it through the app because it's so much quicker by comparison to tapping on the freaking controller, you know? What about response times, monitor versus TV? Well, obviously, monitor is going to be supreme in terms of response time, but this Sony TV actually has pretty low latency for what you're doing. It's got game mode and everything. But if you're that much of a stickler, if you're a competitive gamer, obviously you want to game on a monitor. You don't want to game on a TV. Why do I game on a TV? Well, because I like having a 65-inch 4K TV rather than a 65-inch 4K monitor, which I don't even think exists. And if it did, it would be hella expensive. What's your opinion on Mandalorian Season 2 so far? Well, I loved the first episode. I loved the final scene, and I'm so excited to see what comes next. Yeah, I've heard good things about the LG CX. Ugh, God. I mean, literally, honestly, it's just a hassle, because that means I got to go get the box for this TV. I got to put this TV back in that box. I've got to go ahead and borrow my mom's car because she's got a Toyota Highlander, which is a big ass tank. And, this TV doesn't fit in my Accord. So I got to go get her car. I got to go return the TV to Best Buy. Then I got to go buy the new TV, bring that bitch home, and then set it up. So it's a process that will definitely take some time. But I have a whole 2 days left before the return policy on the 900H runs out. Oh, God, yeah, but a 65-inch gaming monitor, that's bread, bro. That's a lot of money. Way more than you'd spend on a 4K TV. These TV monitor names are out of control. The LG 56Q341A. Well, at some point, though, I mean, it just becomes the model stuff, Like, LG, here's the inch size, and here's the particular name of the TV. That's basically what a lot of them boil down to. Are you going to play Demon Souls? Yes, I will be playing Demon Souls in addition to... Oh, yeah, no, we don't talk spoilers here. We don't do spoilers for stuff that just came out. For me, I have, depending on what it is, my spoiler bans could be anywhere from, 3 weeks to, a whole month or two. Depends on the context. With Avengers Endgame, I didn't talk spoilers for a whole month on social media. And by that point, the vast majority of people who had wanted to see the movie had already seen it. But for Mandalorian, the episode just came out 2 days ago, so it's not like everyone in the world has gotten the chance to see it, because I know there's a lot of people who they wait for a few episodes of the show and then they binge it, and then other people they're just busy at the time and they can't sit down and watch TV shows until their day off. So it depends. Can you do a video comparing and contrasting your Series X, why I'm excited and what I like to see, and what was and what wasn't there? Yeah, of course. That sounds like a pretty good idea, but realistically, I don't think there was anything in that video I said that didn't materialize to what I'm playing now. I wasn't one of those people who said the Series X is literally going to save the world and blah, blah, blah. I just established, I think in that video I said, it's a dope console. I'm excited for it. I hope we see great games. But the whole, people are saying the Series X is doomed because of its weak launch lineup. If that were the case, every single PlayStation console would have been doomed from the get-go, because the PS4 launched with Killzone and Knack. And outside of Knack, which is Game of the Year every year, all years, what was there to play? Resogun? Third-party games? And then look what happened with the PS4. If we applied that same logic to the Series X, the PS4 should have been dead on arrival for a weak-ass launch. So I'll definitely do that type of video, man, because they put too much stock into the launch of a system. The Switch launched with one game, which is a Wii U port. It's all about long term. That's what really matters with these consoles. Look at Xbox last generation. They had a better launch than PS4. They had Rise. They had Dead Rising 3. They had a couple of games more than PlayStation that were interesting. And what happened? Not much really happened with Xbox because the way it was handled for the first half of its life. Man, who gave you the example or model during childhood? Because I think that you have so much to tell and I'm interesting. So you're talking about role models and everything. Honestly, I didn't really have too many role models growing up. I would say the person who probably has had the most impact and influence in my life is my mom, just because I learned a lot of how to be a strong individual, strong person from her, and what, because I'm not going to get into it because that's a really personal matter, just what she went through. I learned all of my best things from my mother, how to be fiscally responsible with my finances, and just really how to not stress about all of the little things in life, which to me are other people's impressions of you. People get so impressionable, especially at a young age, where if they don't fit in, they don't matter at all. Their existence is invalidated because they're not hip to the cool trends. which you saw a lot of, especially I think nowadays. Like there's a lot of people these days who probably don't subscribe to the whole, oh, TikTok and blah, 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 blah shit that happens. My mom, she basically said, listen, you're going to find people in your life who are going to love you for you. And until you get to that point, do not worry about the opinions of people who aren't going to give you the time of day. She told me this shit when I was in kindergarten, bro. And I didn't understand it at the time. It took me a long time to realize that. And I tried to fit into some things. Like I tried to, especially the person I am. You know, I was always that black kid that was too black for the white kids and not black enough for the black kids. So I was kind of that weird in between where I had interests that spanned all across different races, which is so weird that you have to say interest or tied to race, you know. But, you know, when I was a kid, it wasn't cool to be a black guy who was reading comics or who was watching anime and all that stuff. Now, people with this revisionist history says, no, everybody fucked with anime back then. You just weren't cool enough. Stop the fucking lies. Stop it. Stop it. Anime was nowhere near as accepted back then as it is today, you know? So just being that person. And I mean, that's the thing. I was never one of those people who tried to, like, they let it define themselves. Like, literally, they were there and they loved anime so much. They literally made it their whole point where they came through to school with the Naruto headband on every day and trying to do jutsus and all this stuff. I never got to that point. I just liked this stuff. And just there were a bunch of other people out there who I couldn't vibe with their interest. It was so shallow. It was so, like, I didn't feel any worth trying to be like them. So what I did was I just didn't. I stuck to my core. And for a lot of my life, I was a loner. I was a person who, you know, I just never really fit in because people, I could never gel with folks. Like the people I do now, like y'all, we can all click and gel. Like I guarantee you, if we all meet up in the real, this is just going to be an extension of that. Like we'll just continue to have these conversations. It'll be cool. But back then I didn't have people like that. So that's why I gravitated towards doing YouTube videos. Because I started uploading these videos and I started seeing people who were interested in the same stuff as me. And that was amazing. And it was eye-opening because the first time in 16 years, I was able to find people like me who we had similar interests and we can also talk as people rather than being defined by our interest. So that's why I really do value the lessons that my mom taught me back then. And even if she doesn't really think it was that big a deal, you know, it really meant the world to me. And that's what my purpose in this life is just to imbue that upon other people, that it's okay to be yourself. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't feel like if you aren't in the know about anything, don't let somebody else's perception of what you should be. Don't let that define your existence. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not black enough if you don't know all of these underground rappers. Don't let anyone tell you that, you know, just because you don't know Spanish as good as somebody from the motherland, that you're invalidated. You don't know anything about the culture. Like that stuff is fucking bullshit. And the second we stop giving those people the time of day, we stop giving them a platform, is the second a lot of people will be so much more happier in life. That's what I want to do, to show people it's okay to get on here, to make videos talking about this stuff. You know, speak fluently. You don't have to, just because you're black, speak in slang 24/7. And like basically they're saying that if you don't talk like that, you're not black, which basically means what they're saying is that if you don't talk like a moronic idiot, then you aren't black. That's essentially what they're saying. And I remember I said that to somebody out there. Oh, here's Nugget. Here comes Nugget. What's up, Nugget? Hi. And he's got to jump on the floor afterwards. But, you know, don't let anybody's perception of what you should be as an individual really tarnish what you're doing in your day-to-day life. You know, because if I were to try to fit into all the groups of people that they wanted me to be, I guarantee you I wouldn't be on YouTube at all. And as you see, Nugget, he's very camera shy. It's just, his day is so busy and he's filled with like so many different tasks he has to accomplish that he can't entertain y'all too, which is just terrible. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm all about, y'all. I'm all about preaching you being a great individual and being yourself rather than trying to parrot whatever's the next big hip popular thing. Because you see, I'm starting to see, you know, I'm still a young dude, you know, even though I always say like, yeah, I'm getting up there, I'm gonna be 30 soon, but I'm seeing a lot of people who were defined by those trends. They're living horrible lives now. They're living unhappy lives. They're not fulfilled at all. They don't really have a great support system. They're always complaining about social media about where the real niggas at. Or, why can't I find a good guy? Because they chose and they elected to live such shallow and sad lives. And now it's coming back to bite them. It is what it is. And I'm not sorry for those people. I really am not, because if you are invalidating somebody's existence because they're not like you, then you deserve to live a very ignorant life and everything that comes to you after that. That's just how I am. So guys, if you're watching this, if you're tuning in for the very first time, or you've been here for 12 years, just keep being you. Keep on keeping on. Whatever you've got in life right now, whether you're in school, whether you're working on a personal business, or if you're a person who just doesn't know what they want to do, this world is so confusing and they need help. Just keep on keeping on, because that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And trust me, it'll be worth it in the end. It really will, because you stayed true to yourself rather than trying to be somebody you're not. Now, there's room for improvement. There totally is. Like, every single day, I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to be more. I'm trying to be greater. Shout out to Spider-Man PS4. But I realize that is a process, and that doesn't invalidate me staying true to myself. That is a conscious effort that I made as a person to want to be better. Yo, I just found out we don't have school tomorrow because it's election day. Well, I'm pretty sure for the most part, every single school is closed for election day. At least in my district, we were always off for election day. Thank you. I felt like I needed that. No, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I'm just literally trying to, because that's all I can do in life. I'm not going to sell you a secret, mastermind course on how to be a better individual, because I feel like hoarding that knowledge is bullshit. Like, why would you want to hoard being better? Why? That's just a simple conversation. Some of the most profound conversations I've had have just been people who I've met in passing, or people, who I wait on at the restaurant, or someone who, if I'm just chilling at a bar by myself and we strike a conversation, great stuff. That's how it is. And that's why I will never gatekeep that kind of content. It's just dumb, man. Oh, damn. Some people really have school on election day? Oof. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, and then we have a $5 super chat from Purified Storm. LG CX OLED is amazing. Biden Harris 2020. Make sure to vote, everyone. By the way, can you read my 2 PlayStation Xbox history messages on Facebook? Love you, bro. Well, thank you for the support, Grant. And again, like I said, this is his world, y'all. We are just living in it, which means we get to watch this dog lick himself on stream. So we might get demonetized because of this. We might get demonetized. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, man. Okay, so let's see. Grant said he first got into PlayStation with PS2 with DBZ Budokai 3. Classic game right there. He had Sly 3, the Tenkaichi Trilogy, Tales of the Abyss, Final Fantasy 12, Ultimate Ninja 1, 2, 3, 4, and my favorite PlayStation series ever, Jak 2 and 3. Damn, where's the first one, bro? That's disrespectful right there, man. Come on. PS3 for Naruto Storm 1, Metal Gear Solid 4, Little Big Planet. I sold my PS3 for Storm 2 since it was on the 360. Yo, you sold your whole console for... Oh, shit. Well, to be fair, the 360 was GOAT. It really was, when it wasn't breaking every 5 minutes. So, yeah, he played a lot of the games on... Yeah, so Grant's all over the place. Like, Grant gets a lot of flack for being an Xbox guy, but he's telling me his whole history right here. Holy shit. And he plays it all, man. He plays it all. Plays it all, and he got a dope-ass TV, too. But, yo, those Budokai games were just on fucking point. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Hold on. I can't tell you why I'm smiling, but it is something dope, and you'll see it soon enough. Hold on. One sec, guys. One sec. This dog is really just licking his whole ball sack. No, it's not titties. It's actually... Y'all will see this soon enough. It's not titties. It's not anything crazy. Because remember, this is a Christian YouTube channel. Phil sending him pictures of the Xbox Series X too. That's totally what it is. Phil Spencer's like, we haven't even launched the Series X, but here's what we're doing for the Series X too. That's totally what it is. Yo, he's really going to town. Well, now he's licking his paws. That's a little better. But he was really going to town right there. I don't know. They get something you know. I'm dead. Y'all are killing me. Getting those Halo Infinite screenshots. I can assure you my DMs are dry. Yo, he really don't give a shit. Look at him. He just cocked his head back like he just busted a nut. Like, what are you doing, bro? I'm telling you, man, these dogs is weird. These dogs is weird, y'all. These dogs is weird. I didn't finish that. We got distracted by this dog licking his nuts. Let's see. So then Grant, his experience with Xbox, he got into it July 2005 at his cousin's place. Played Halo 2, got his butt kicked for the first time in Halo. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's me every time I play Halo. No matter how many times I play it. Yo, it's all about, I'm telling you, like, so many people, they get their experiences with these consoles from cousins who have the opposite systems. And from 2008 to 2014, I played all the Halo games, BioShock, Devil May Cry 4, Sonic Unleashed. Oh, half of that game was good. Those daytime levels were cool. Oh, he played everything. Fable. Yo, I'm going to need Playground to hurry up and drop some Fable gameplay. I know they just started working on it like yesterday, but I need a new Fable, bro. It's been too long. It's been 10 years. Gosh. But I'm excited because Playground is making it, and that's not the first studio I would have ever thought to make a Fable game, but they did really good on the open world for Forza. So, I mean, I guess there was a proof of concept somewhere, and they were like, cut them a check. Go ahead and do it. Have you been able to get lucky in COVID season? Yes, I have. And I can't say because that person watches my videos too, so I'm not. Do you like the original OST to Dragon Ball Z Kai? I actually really do. What's his name had some banger tracks before we found out some of them were copyright. But man, it feels weird with the OG Dragon Ball Z score because that score was made for a different show than what Kai is, you know? Listen, hey man, listen. I'm just telling y'all about my experiences. I ain't trying to brag. I'm just trying to be humble, you know? I can't, it would be weird for me to talk about that when they're probably watching that too. Neo, thank you for existing and being you. No, Alan, thank you for existing and being you. It's one of the mods, isn't it? Oh, totally. It is. It's one of the mods here. That's exactly who it is. Hey, Neo's girl, where are you? Nah, I don't think she even... Right now, what is she doing? Nah, she's not at work. She's probably at home. That's most likely where she is. It was Nate and Drake. Oh, hell no, dimwit monkey. You better stop. You better stop. Neo got a girl. No, I am solo dolo, everyone. I am solo dolo living the single life. And that's A-okay with me. But that doesn't mean that bitches ain't getting dick down. So, you know, you're so wholesome. Thank you, Jalen. I appreciate that, bro. I try, man. Solo dolo life. Neo, thank you for existing in this timeline. Thank you. That's a thick mic. Yo, it really is. And honestly, it's just because of this part, the windscreen. Because normally it's a beefy mic, but it's not like crazy beefy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bachelor. Yeah, bachelor life, man. Bachelor life. That's what it is, y'all. Just because you're single, that don't mean you can't have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. What up, Neo? You a real one, bro. My wife loves Nugget. Oh, appreciate that, Arson Lock. Thank you, man. Yeah, well, when he's not scratching his balls, and by him scratching, like not scratching, but by him licking his fur, it makes him stink. When he's not doing that, Nugget's a pretty good dog. Hey, Nugget. Yo, he don't even be caring no more. Especially as his dog ages, he's getting feistier and spicy. Like, he just don't even care. Like, watch, I'll be like, yo, Nugget. He does not listen to me. There was a time where this dog, I said, nut, and he's like, huh? But now it's just like, nigga, what do you want? What do you want? I am not going to entertain these people online. He's changed. Yo, he's acting brand new. He's acting very different. I bet she has the LG CX OLED. Nah, bro. I don't even think she knows what that is. Single, ready to mingle. Amen. You made my day when you read my Twitter message. Thank you so much. Oh, no, man. Thank you. Thank you for your support, bro. Thank you for your support. Seriously. Wait, why ain't he neutered? Oh, no, he's neutered. He was neutered when we adopted him. But he just stayed licking his balls because, that's just the thing dogs do. They love to lick themselves. What kind of dog? He is a Lhasa Apso Shih Tzu mix. So when he grows his hair out, he looks like a Shih Tzu. But when we shave his hair, especially like in the summertime, he looks completely different. Not gonna lie, married life is the best. Different than single me would have never thought of, but I lucked out. Best wife and kids in the world. Oblivion, that is awesome, bro. Seriously, man. That is so dope. That's the dream for all of us, We just want to settle down with the right guy or gal, whichever your preference is. And that's what it is. And that's what it should be, man. And then just gets amazing wife and kids out of that too. Oh, bless, man. I already know when my kid comes out the womb, I'm going to be that dad. I'm going to be dressing him up in Spider-Man attire. He's going to be playing Persona by the age of 5. He's going to start a playthrough. That's what he's going to do. We ain't going to be playing no Roblox. We ain't going to be playing none of these games people were playing. No, none of that shit. In this household, we are hardcore gamers and we play hardcore games. That is what we are going to do. He's going to start watching Dragon Ball Z episodes. I think like 18 months is okay. Maybe he'll process that. Who knows? But yeah, we just, no Roblox in this house. No Roblox. None of these weird kids shows that you're watching. No, it's strictly a diet of Dragon Ball Z, Avatar The Last Airbender, Ed, and Eddie, and for good measure, Hellsing Ultimate, because you need to have a palate cleanser in the mix. You start him young, man. What the hell's the problem? It's not that bad of a show for kids. Make your kid play Silent Hill. Oh, God. We trying to scar him for life? We have a $1.99 super chat from Black Star the GOAT. How about Final Fantasy 16? Squares back to the GOAT tier? Yo, listen. Final Fantasy 16 is the first time I am genuinely excited for a big budget Square Enix property. You guys know how long it's been? You know how long it's been? 2006. Since Versus 13. Bro. I think Final Fantasy 16 might be the one, you guys. I think that game's going to come out and it's going to light the world on fire. I think that's going to be the game, man. I think. And you know me. Like, Square Enix. Yo, I literally keep those people like 60 feet apart with a big ass pole. I was doing social distancing with Square Enix before it was even a thing. But Final Fantasy 16? That shit looked too hype, though. That shit looked too hype. I love the people working on it. I love how they showed off gameplay. I think this thing is going to be out in the next like year and a half, man. I just... Don't jinx it, Neo. Listen, that's why I said year to year and a half. Because realistically, COVID, game delays. I'm telling you. Neo, I didn't even finish Final Fantasy 15. Well, I don't blame you. I really don't. Because that game, again, good concepts, terrible execution. We got a $5 super chat from Purified Storm. Top 5 favorite Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox games. That's really hard. Because... with like, how do you classify Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox? Are we talking first party or are we talking just games that only exist on it? Because for the longest time, Yakuza was a PlayStation game because 99% of the releases only came out on a PlayStation console. So, that's tough, man. But I mean, of course, like y'all know some of my favorite Nintendo franchises. Obviously, Fire Emblem is top 3 for me. I love Metroid Prime. Like even some of the smaller games that they've come out with that just they don't do franchises. It's cool. I love a lot of those interesting, quirky games. PlayStation, again, like I said, God of War was my most anticipated game for next year or 2022, whenever it actually comes out. Just going back way back when, Sly Cooper, one of my favorite platform series that needs more love. I don't care what anybody says. That's the weakest of the 3. I don't care. Sly Cooper is awesome. And he used to be the PlayStation mascot for being a treasure plundering thief until Nathan Drake came in and took that shit away. But I love Sly Cooper to death. And the PlayStation library on the PS2, Jesus fucking Christ. I love some hidden gems on the PS3, such as... Folklore, it was like a very early, I think it came out like the first year of the PS3, really underrated RPG. Also 3D Dot Game Heroes. Y'all might know the music from that game because it's what Scott the Woz uses for his outro musics. Also, shout out to Scott the Woz. I freaking love that guy. Xbox, duh. Halo Reach. I love all the Gears games. The Ori games, some of my all-time favorite games now. Going way back when, would you really... I was trying to say if you'd really classify that as an Xbox game if like it released on other platforms like a year later. It's kind of tough. But there's a lot, man. There's a lot, bro. Got to toughen them up at an early age. That's true, bro. That's true, bro. Scott the Woz collab. I don't even know what that video would even look like, bro. Are you ready to have the talk with your kids when you walk in on them watching trash anime? Well, to be honest, it depends on the anime. Like, if I walk in on them and they're watching some mainstream garbo, I'd be like, where have I failed as a parent? But if I go in there and they're just watching something that maybe I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of, but I know people watch it, I'm like, all right, you know what? To each their own. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to have no kid in this house who says their favorite anime is Sword Art Online. No. Hell no. Neo and Scott ranting about iCarly would be legendary. Jesus Christ. I think YouTube would implode if we did that. If it's Fairy Tail, man, disown. Damn. Danix ain't going to like that. Danix about to watch this stream and be like, I like Fairy Tail though. Being a very hands-on parent, I ain't even really gonna be policing my kids like that. Like, for me, I'm about to be so chill as a parent. And of course, I can say this in the moment because I don't have kids. I'm not married. But when I'm a parent, listen, all I can do is just imbue the teachings that I've learned throughout my years about being a good, humble, wholesome, decent human being. And if they can be the same, by all means, go ahead. We don't got to like the same things at all. I don't care about their orientation. I know some people are like, oh, I would kill myself if my son or daughter was gay. You should kill yourself for saying that first and foremost. I don't care which way they swing. If they're just a good, humble, wholesome human being that doesn't think Sword Art Online is the best anime that ever came out, that's okay. And I don't really think I'm asking for much, though, And there go Nugget. He just don't care about the camera like that. I don't know if some people are ready for that kind of responsibility. There's a lot of people out there who ain't ready for responsibility. But, that's the thing. It's kind of twofold. Sometimes you just get foisted all this responsibility and you just inherently have this feeling that you must do better. A la Spider-Man. He got all the responsibility of an adult thrown on a 15-year-old child. And then you just have some people who these people should not be parents. Like, bro. Seriously, people wild. I was just like, oh, God. People are the reason why folks are going to stay single for the rest of their lives. Hope my kid likes Persona so he'll get my good taste. Oh, my kid, listen, they ain't got to like Persona, but they got to know about Persona because I'm about to be that parent, But honestly, Persona, it's like it's a simulation game at a lot of times, y'all. So you're reading a lot. You're in the high school area and things like that, so I don't know if maybe a 5-year-old kid could do Persona. They might lose interest. That's too many games. If they're all exclusive, Grant, that's so many games. I gotta write down a list of them. I'm just not good with these top lists. I can only say games I really do love, and just use that as a general rule of thumb. Speaking of hidden gems, Hidden Gem Gamers came through with a $10 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. Are you a fan of Raven Software? One of my favorite games of the 7th generation was Singularity. It was also the last game developed by Raven before Activision forced them to work on COD. And yes, dude, Singularity, like last generation, it was Singularity and what was that other game? The Saboteur, right? 2 games that really went under the radar because everyone was all about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 all day, every day. And then you had those games come out, which really gave me big BioShock vibes. Like, they weren't BioShock in the sense that they're exactly like it, but it's like a first-person shooter, and, it's just all about this world and absorbing the atmosphere. And they were a lot of fun, which is something we don't really see. We're starting to see it come back. But those games, like, I think if they were remastered or maybe remade, because it has been some time, I think people would have a much fonder impression of them. But yeah, I love games like BioShock that aren't necessarily shooters, But it's more about engrossing you in this world and this narrative. And dude, I will never forget the first time I played BioShock, man. I remember I bought it from GameStop. I think I bought it 2009, right? And I bought it. It was on sale. It was like, I think, under $20. And dude, I was blown away from the second I booted up the game, just seeing the water, and then you just move. Holy shit. And just the world of Rapture and Andrew Ryan, and just uncovering this mystery of Rapture and who these people are, and just the degradation of the world. And dude, BioShock is so amazing. Like the game stories, the books. It's prime for supplemental material. It's prime for a TV series or a movie, and you just can't find the great creative attached to it. But seriously, like, my favorite BioShock, of course, is going to be the first game. I love it. Gameplay wise, I really did like BioShock 2. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people were saying. Definitely not as good. Definitely a bit of a regurgitation in a lot of aspects, but gameplay wise, really nice. BioShock Infinite, I mean, here's the thing. I liked the story of BioShock Infinite, and Gore, I don't think Gore is here anymore, but that's one of his favorite games. But to me, BioShock Infinite felt more like a shooter before a story. Like, there were so many gunfights in that game. It just felt like, bro, they're literally ducks in a barrel. Pew, 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 pew. And that was my impression playing it. Like, I really enjoyed the story, as convoluted as it was. But it just gameplay wise, I felt like I was literally playing a shooter that had the BioShock name on it. And it makes it even sadder with the fact that BioShock Infinite, like, the game that we got was not the game that they showed off years prior. Like, Elizabeth was more involved as a character and her story and her reality bending powers. Man, Infinite could have been so much more. That's all I can say. How dare you? BioShock Infinite is literally my favorite game ever made. Hey man, to each their own. To each their own, you know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on, Colin. I missed a super chat from you. My God, brother. I am so sorry about that. But we have a $6.99 Canadian super chat from Colin, my boy. Would it be bad? This is how everything starts. Would it be bad if I introduced Death Note to my almost 5-year-old niece? Hey, listen. All I'm saying is that every single one of us has watched a movie or seen a TV show or played a game when we were way too young for. I'm not saying go ahead and do it, but if she can survive and still be a happy-go-lucky child that does not have light Yagami tendencies, I think we're A-okay. No harm, no foul. I have a lot of people asking me about the One Piece rewatch progress. Well, not rewatch progress, but continuing on with the anime and the manga. I haven't really watched One Piece in a few months. I haven't continued my reading in a few months because there's just been so much stuff happening behind the scenes. So I'm sorry about that, y'all. I don't have an update to share. Honestly, I was watching Berserk at 8 years old, so, well, damn, Asbel. I didn't even know what Berserk was at 8 years old. Little child, this is justice. Yo, take it easy, bad luck, killed. Did you ever do a 100% run of Persona 5? No, I don't really 100% games. It's just too much of a time commitment for me, which is why I don't platinum games either, you know? Shaking my head whenever but it's getting crazy for real in One Piece. No, I believe it. Like, Oda is the most consistent of, like, the big shonen mangaka that we see. And I believe it's great stuff because my homeboy, Dango-san33, Austin, he, like, we spoke about One Piece back in, like, June. And he was just telling me all this stuff that happened in the manga. I was like, damn, this actually is kind of fire. But, yo, I'll get to it when I get to it at some point. But I guarantee you, I'll be all caught up with One Piece before that shit even ends. That's how crazy it is. But, yeah, Nugget's back. He moved. He went from here to over here. And then back over there. Oh, God, I feel so bad, guys. I mean, I was going to go ahead and order food from this really dope spot near me that my siblings introduced me to. They have this really good steak and cheese. Oh, so good. But they closed at 8 p.m. and we were already streaming. I should have placed the order in advance, but I didn't. I feel sad. But it's okay. I'll probably get it tomorrow. Or Wednesday. Who knows? We have a $5 super chat from Hidden Gem Gamers. I made a video review on Singularity and even managed to interview a developer who worked on it at Raven. Could you check it out if you have the time? Oh, absolutely. I will add that to my watch later list right now. Because I'm always down for, like, just all these games that just flew under the radar, and then you hear people talking about them 10 years later, and you see that, yo, there's something really interesting to this. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to check this out. Games under the radar, best games you missed. Oh, I have to put Singularity, obviously. Singularity with developer interview. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out later today, man. I'll get all these later. Let's see. Let's see. I think we'll answer a few more questions, then I'm gonna head out of here for the night, you guys, because I got to get me some food. And we've been streaming for 3 hours. Bro, we've been streaming for 3 hours, and I haven't had a break. This is weird, which means I'm going to get out of this chair, and the world turned upside down. That's literally what's going to happen. I'll be like, pew! Alrighty. But yeah, we're going to just wrap up with a few more questions, y'all. Get your last minute super chats. Get your last minute things in. I'll try my best because your boy's hungry. He needs to feed. I need nourishment. Toro's meat or something. Because all you feed me is puffins. Let's see. Tell me why Xbox abandoned all their franchises from this 360 era into the one like Ninja Gaiden. Well, Ninja Gaiden was never an Xbox franchise. That franchise existed way before Xbox. But if you're talking about the overall shift, it has to do with leadership there. During the first couple of years of the 360's life, it was a very different Microsoft. They were actually trying to compete. They were firing on all cylinders. They were going out and they were making those deals to secure like the first Mass Effect exclusive to Xbox for years on end. All those Japanese RPGs like Tales of Vesperia exclusive to Xbox, right? Then they just had so much clout because PlayStation 3 was over there dying. And they were just like, you know what? We're top dogs. We'll start experimenting and do other stuff. Like, let's do Connect. Let's make TV a priority. Games? People love Halo. They like Gears. Call of Duty DLC early. Come on, that's it. And that mindset, that existed going into the Xbox One life. And that's what it was. As you saw with the launch of the Xbox One. Disaster. But the thing a lot of people forget about this is what we are seeing right now unfolding. Well, let's just say games. These decisions are made years in advance. It's not like they just made this shit last year and that's it. No. This is years of work. So the reason why Xbox had such a dry spell for so many years with the One was due to the fact that the leadership wasn't trying to push those kind of games. Which Phil Spencer, I mean, I do give Phil some flack because when he got full control of Xbox, from when he got full control to now, he could have done a lot better job at giving us more games. Like when Phil took over when he did, he could have commissioned Halo Infinite come out. That's not a disaster. He could have commissioned games for the launch. He could have done a lot more back then. Obviously, he's doing a lot better now. So we're going to see the fruits of his labor begin to blossom in like 2022, 2023, which is good. But the reason why Xbox has had such a dry spell from 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16 is because there was no leadership to go ahead and make it a priority that, yo, we need these games. We're seeing it now, but, it takes time. Let's see. So we got the $2.99 super chat from Asbelont. How about your final Vinland Saga impressions? So I recorded the video giving my reactions for Vinland Saga, but I never went ahead and did a full-on video. So I might have to go back and rewatch my reaction of it to get myself in the mood. But if you want like the TLDW version of that, well, you can't even watch it because it's private on YouTube. I actually really loved Vinland Saga. I was so surprised. So just quick heads up, Asbel actually donated for me to watch Vinland Saga and talk about it a few months back. And it was taking a little bit of a while because, I had a lot of stuff going on. But I ended up finishing the series like, I think, a month? It's been a month. It's been more than a month. But I was thoroughly impressed with it because, as y'all know, I haven't really been watching too many new anime. I'm a child of the 90s, so a lot of my favorite anime were things from the 90s, 80s, early 2000s. And, I watch some modern anime, like, My Hero Academia, Promised Neverland, whatever people are hyping up, I'll check out. But my anime watching has gone down tremendously in the past couple of years, which is why I'm glad I have people like y'all who can recommend me some good stuff that, other people aren't like preaching from the heavens. Like Attack on Titan season 4, people are like, yo, this shit's gonna be fire. Yes, I know it's gonna be fire because 50,000 other people have already told me this shit's gonna be fire, right? But Vinland Saga, folks, really ain't be talking about as much, which is why I'm glad I got the recommendation. And Vinland Saga was freaking amazing. I loved it, and I think everybody should watch it. And that's all I can really say without diving into spoilers, because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But it's dope. It's a great show, and I'm so glad I watched it. I want to see more. All right, $3 super chat from Dimwit Monkey. What does an R-rated Drake and Josh look like? Yo, that would be so dope. Can you just imagine Josh just saying, Drake, where's the fucking door hole? That would be dope. But the thing is, Drake and Josh was already funny as is. So an R-rated version, if it was just R-rated just so they can make a penis joke, I don't think it's really going to thrive. You got to be good with your comedic timing and your wittiness outside of just boobs and dicks and shit. All right. $5 super chat from Purified Storm. Buddy, for God's sake, please check out and watch Jujutsu Kaisen already. It's getting really big fast. It's amazing. Masterpiece type stuff. Yes, that's another show that people are hyping up. This Tower of God, high school. There's a bunch of shit, man. But I've heard good things about that. And then Grant's got another one saying, watch the first 5 episodes and give your impressions. It's on Crunchyroll, right? I assume it's on Crunchyroll, so I'll throw it up on the TV. I'll watch it later tonight. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream for now, y'all. We've been going for over 3 hours, which is kind of a mainstay for the stream. But, you know, it's amazing because a lot of y'all have been here for the entirety of the 3 hours, which is dope. So, again, thank you guys so much for your continued support. As always, it is a pleasure. It is a privilege to be in y'all's presence. Thank you so much for all the super chat donations, y'all. It means the world to me because that stuff continues like me being able to do what I do, and then I reinvest all that money back into the channel. I just bought myself a tripod with a ring light for my phone because I'm gonna start doing more Instagram live streams because a lot of people have wanted to do that because for them it's more easier as opposed to tuning into YouTube because apparently they're always on Instagram. So I'm gonna start using that. It comes in tomorrow. And just in general, y'all, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for tweeting out the videos. If you're here watching, make sure you hit that like button. It helps spread this video out into the ether so we can get more people into the Phantom Weirdos. Speaking of the Phantom Weirdos, Discord down below in the video description. It is free to join. It's a pretty humble and wholesome community. And yeah, you guys, check back later this week for my impressions for the Xbox Series X. I've got a lot of videos coming that I'm still recording more stuff for them because it's always an ongoing process. But you guys, like, that whole opportunity would never have existed had it not been for y'all, you know? So it's not like it's my Xbox Series X. This is a combination of the hard work that I put in and then you guys just doing what you always do, just showing love and supporting the channel. And that's what it's all about, man. We empower each other. We empower each other's dreams. Damn, Xbox, hire me. Fuck. I was even thinking about making that reference, but holy shit, that really rolled off the tongue. Oh, God. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy your nights, enjoy your evenings, your afternoons. Again, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a good one. I'll talk to you on the next stream, whenever that may be, most likely next Monday. And as always, from me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Take care. And this thing didn't stop. Why? Because it's on the YouTube page. Okay. Peace out, y'all. Take care. And it didn't. OBS really fucking with me tonight, bro. Here we go. I think it's right this time. Here we go. Peace out, y'all. Take care. It fucking worked. Woo! Shit. Time to get high as fuck. And yeah, I left that in the video. You know the vibes.